Yeah, no producer. Let's go.
No producer. We gotta ride out.
We got it.
We got the audio. Shout out to SoundCloud gang.
Was rolling already?
All right. Oh, okay. Well,
Close that door.
Don't say, bruh. Change your intro. This nigga stole your intro.
Who?
Nigga stole your intro.
Fuck that intro.
Yeah, there you go.
Good. Everybody cool?
No pen, no pad.
Not my problem.
all right, that's stuck in my head.
Literally just heard that whole song for the first time last night.
It's like 9 minutes and 38 seconds.
I was
Really?
just like, why is this song still
It was
playing,
not
bro?
going in. It took
Problem.
It was mad people on the song.
And that's all she sing, right? It's problem.
That's it.
No, she has a real song.
Shit works.
She has a real song, and that was her hook.
Oh, they took her song.
They took the hook from her song. It was a real song. Like she was.
Who they take from where?
That's Most Def daughter.
Oh, shit.
That was her like their second single, something like that. And they took the song. And I knew your niggas is. They remixed it.
You using that glass? You using that glass?
I can. Shoot. And transfer it. Y'all can. Ooh,
No, you can use both. I ain't tripping. I'm just
y'all can cut out the plastic cups. Edit that out. All right. I'm gonna put this behind my bag.
some nice little thing there.
You like your one last?
I know. What type of purse is that?
It's a
What's
cigar box.
It's a cigar box? They gonna steal that.
I got it from
They already got that? They already got
no,
that?
this girl, she did it. I got it at ThriftCon last year in
Shout out to
in
ThriftCon.
Houston. So
I thought you was about to say
That's
on
tough.
Slauson.
That's tough. They gonna steal
You know
that.
they be having. Nah, I swear they do.
no, they do, yeah. But I like it. It's. I get
It's-
compliments whenever I go out.
So
They
it's
be like, "Is that
inside of is a real purse
Yeah,
accessory?
I got all my stuff. So they took I guess the stuff out and
This is tough.
just got my.
Ooh.
I got my. Oh, y'all want to do a what's in my bag?
Yeah, good.
I
Go
got
ahead.
my YSL
Nah,
Black
hold on, let's
Opium.
do this on camera. Like,
Yeah, this over. We already live.
Yeah, we live.
We're live.
We're live. This is real live.
Fuck it, we're all live.
But yeah, Black Opium YSL.
Okay.
And then I got the natural oil vanilla musk.
I like that.
I like that.
I love it.
I got it in a row.
Yes.
I don't have
So
none of that. That's
I have
body
the
scent? Is that body scent?
Yeah, I have the amber. The amber is
Oh my
fire.
God.
Lael goes to school every day smelling like that.
shit
And his
fire.
teacher.
Philly got this. What's it called? The white amber.
How much is
Yeah.
that?
Philly niggas
Yep,
be there.
it's
That
$20.
shit is-
$20?
Yep.
Fire, bro.
Don't put me on
Ulta.
that.
I gotta get that. I gotta get that.
Yep.
Bo had this.
And then I have, what is this? I have Anastasia Beverly Hills lipstick.
Not that cheap shit y'all be.
This isn't that expensive. It's like $30.
I'm talking about the bad lipstick mommies.
But
like
then I have this one, $8 from Target.
oh
Two
yeah,
of
I'm
them.
always clap.
So yeah, you know I'm all about a high-low balance. And then I have some,
High low balance. You see
some
what you talking about?
Kohans,
See,
nothing
look.
major.
See,
And I have my passport, got a $100 bill, and
Tell everybody that.
and a credit card and a debit card. That's all I got.
YSL has the best fragrances, by the way. I'll stand on that.
Yes,
World better
I
than
love
Chanel.
it.
No, they got my two favorite. For men,
Better than
for
Chanel?
men, they got my two favorite. For me,
So,
they got my two favorite.
well, it just depends on what you like. For me, I'm on the YSL and I'm on Gucci. Got this fragrance because I like to. I call myself an alchemist all the time, but like Gucci actually has a fragrance called, I think, the Alchemist Garden. So I'm wearing that too.
Okay.
So Chanel shit is like for dirty niggas, dirty Atlanta niggas.
I like Chanel. Chanel
Okay.
just
Cause I have Chanel on right now.
it's a
So
little,
I'm just
it's a
asking.
little overrated.
It's overrated. I
You
bet.
know.
I gotta
The
step my
clothes.
shit out. Okay.
Gucci one of my favorite.
Yes. Okay. But yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Most Unknown Podcast, man.
Hello.
We have a guest in the room.
The big
that hasn't
homie,
been
big
here
homie.
since
We're going-
April 17, 2017.
We're going no producer
Wow.
today too.
7
No producer.
years ago, if my math is correct. Over 7 years ago,
Wow.
the last time.
What was that? 2000? That was,
17.
Wow.
2017.
I swear I thought it was
We
16.
was on Rhode Island.
I remember.
In
And
the
I
trap.
brought my homegirl from
Yeah.
LA,
Yep.
Keisha.
Yeah, Keisha was in.
on
I
Rhode
remember that.
Island. Damn. You didn't have a kid yet?
You ain't have a
I
kid.
didn't
You
have
was
a
not
kid.
a mother.
I wasn't married. I wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a
Wow.
lot.
It's a lot.
Raise the studios. In the
Raise the studio today. Yay. One only big homie.
Back friend to the room, man. We've been trying to make this work for months at this point. if not years.
It's for years. It said feel like
the
years.
time is right, man.
Yeah.
The time is right. Thank you for pulling up on us.
She really pulled up on like she
I
really
did. I
like.
flew in last night,
Yeah, man.
and I'm leaving tomorrow morning.
That's
so
what
I
you do
came
for us.
specifically for
Yeah,
my
all y'all
guys.
to think y'all
Yeah,
really about the show,
y'all don't fuck with us, bro. You don't get on the red eye and be like,
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying? You don't do that for us. She got on the red eye, went to the casino, got some bread. Like, come on, bro.
That part.
Y'all not busy for real.
Y'all not busy. Y'all fake busy, bro.
Didi just caught a flight and she'll be back.
And she got to leave at 9:30. You heard me? To the Miami. You heard
I
me?
told my son, I'm like, when you go to sleep, mommy will be home in the morning. Because he's like, I want to come. My son is used to being on flights with me. He's 4. He's been on like 8, 9, 10 flights.
That's dope.
So he's like, he dropped us off at the airport with his little sister and her mom. And yeah, he was just like, where are you going? I want to get on the plane. Like, what are you doing? Like, mommy will be right back. You're going to Chuck E. Cheese tomorrow.
That's fine.
Go to Chuck E.
Always.
Cheese,
That always
and
works
then-
too.
Yeah.
The Chuck E. Cheese forever works.
Yeah, his classmate's birthday is today. So, yeah. And he loves pizza.
It's time to give you your flowers real quick.
Yeah, bro. We really gotta give your flowers. Like we really gotta like.
I've been wanting to say this to you for a little bit.
We really gotta give her flowers. Go ahead,
I
John.
fuck with people who, and I think it's the same thing every show. I said the same thing to Mark, and I mean the same thing to you. I find it's a circle of, I fuck with people who like share, like, people are not afraid to share all their moments, like their highs, their lows. You could have been watching you from social media, and I respect, like, you show when it wasn't so good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And shit would fall, but it's like certain people you don't even doubt. Like, and even when you was going through it, I was like, bro, I'm not even like, Didi gonna figure this shit out. Like, it's not even a question. Like, cause some people are just refuse to be fucked up.
Yeah.
Not gonna see it.
Yeah.
You one of those people. And like, I remember shit was going good, and then it wasn't. And you never like really took the camera off you or stopped showing it. And now that you're back all the way up, even in a better space than before.
But when I seen her teaching a class,
Yeah.
I said, yeah, this is different.
I want to give you
This
flowers
is
and
very
being resilient
Thank you.
and opening the portfolio to multiple, because I know you still doing you, but also even doing the teaching, even doing the classes now, and just like forward to say, and it doesn't surprise anybody that knows you, because we was like, all right, this was gonna like,
Yeah, this was
what you thought was gonna happen.
Yeah.
And the beauty is, I know you're not even halfway through what you're gonna eventually
Haven't
be.
even-
She ain't even touch. She ain't even touch the surface. She ain't even touch the
I'm telling
surface.
you,
So,
like, yeah.
Kudos
thank you.
for you being legit, always being, you authentically and
One of the funniest
starting
females
to
I
be
know.
what you are coming into
Yeah.
as your own.
Thank you.
You know, the crazy part about it is
Appreciate
like
that.
knowing you as long as we know you. It's like there's no surprise
Yeah, at all.
kinda
It's not. It's not like yo. She been
It's
there.
kind of like you've grown so
Yeah.
much,
Yeah.
but it's not like I didn't see this coming. It's
Yeah.
like none of that. It's kind of like
Right.
this shit makes sense. Like it's all like within the scope of who we know you to be. Even though it's like at a different magnitude, a different level, it's still like this is who we know. This is what we
Yeah.
know from her. So like this shit, it just makes sense. Like
Yeah.
I was talking to, fuck was I talking to? I'm in a group chat, me, Trey, Nico, they're all of the people.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. Nico knows my ex-husband.
so we talking about like we just talk. This
And
is
Didi got this laugh, right?
Bruh.
It's the laugh when she always have it, but she has two laughs. The like,
Like,
okay, this is funny at the moment,
At moment,
laugh,
and it's
like
not.
it's some shit behind this
Yeah.
laugh.
I remember she got mad at me.
I did it last night with Natalie. We were out and this girl bumped me and Natalie looked at me and I was like, and she was like, if this was 10 years ago, I was like, no, we're not doing that. But yes,
growth, man. Look,
Growth.
it's the growth.
so like we was talking. This was years ago. This was like a minute ago. This was around the time when we had our 10-year high school reunion.
Okay,
They
yeah.
was like working on that. And we was just like, niggas going. Everybody's like, nah, like, what?
Y'all not going?
Fuck no, none of us went. Like, we was
Why
just
y'all
like,
not
what?
going? You delinquents?
Because
I was in LA. I'm not flying home
the
for that.
discussion, but even outside of that, the discussion was like, bro, like, we still communicate with the people that we
Yes.
want to see.
Yeah.
Oh, so y'all don't need a reunion. That's dope. That is dope. That's dope.
I talk to everybody I need to
Exactly.
That's dope. That's dope.
I still
That's
see and communicate with everybody that I
Okay, that's dope. That's
Exactly.
dope.
So,
That's
like,
actually
what
dope,
would be- what would be the need? And it was kind of like,
And y'all can make your own shit for real.
and they try to like lowball us, gave us some like,
Yeah, got some
It
bullshit.
was like some.
That's what I was
little
done
cheap
with it.
hotel, conference room.
But don't act like
You
you
guys could
ain't.
pull out the
And
red
it's like, come on,
carpet
bro,
for
we-
But this is Roosevelt.
Hold
first of
up.
all.
What do
first
y'all
of
want?
all,
Hold up. What do y'all want?
Now Roosevelt's supposed to do it to a P level.
Do you understand the type of high school we went
Yeah,
to?
Roosevelt's
We was
supposed to do this to a
very,
P level.
We was a
I
class.
get that.
We was a
I
class,
get that.
Everybody was doing the Camelot for prom. We was
Listen.
like overlooking
You
the
went-
fucking harbor and shit. Like
We were like when I explain the type of high school I went to people
Go
that
ahead,
I meet
go
like
ahead.
in other places, I'm like, we went to a high school from like the movies, except for we were black.
Yeah, okay.
D1
That's a
school,
fact.
the
That's a
football
fact.
team is good, the basketball team is good, cheerleading team is good. It's a lot of
had this
we
side
did-
of white people.
Exactly.
Even Mark. Like Mark is a
Yeah.
classic high school like jock that would be
Exactly.
in like when you could have
Exactly.
your costume, like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Then
Yeah,
then everybody had we had the junior and senior parking lot. Niggas had cars when they turned 16. Like that's the type of environment we grew up in. So yeah, everybody's keeping up with each other on social media. So yeah, we don't need no damn
I ran
reunion.
into
That's dope, though.
I ran into our class
so
president
dope.
like a few months after.
I got a class
DC,
president.
right?
I don't want to say her name,
Oh,
but yeah,
sorry.
I ran to her and she was looking at me like, "This is your fault." I was like, "Yo, why you?" She was putting it on me like I could have changed that niggas didn't show up from the section that they was looking for to show. I didn't
Hold up,
show
hold up, hold up.
Like it was my fault.
So the cool motherfuckers did not show up.
No.
Yo,
She was looking
and
like,
it's your fault.
That's what she was looking at me like.
It's low key your fault,
Hold
Ad.
up.
It's low key your fault.
I didn't tell nobody to. Or
So
not
like
to
the
show up.
lanes showed up and they think they're cool, and the real cool motherfuckers
I don't want
didn't
to put it
pull
like
up.
that, but I will say that there was certain people that she felt like should have been there that was missing.
Yeah.
Oh,
She
that's
said,
funny as shit.
She put it on me like I had something to do with it.
I think you did. You did.
I
Ad.
had nothing to do with that. Like, I just feel like if we were to do it, you got to do it right. We got 2 more years to our 20th, so
You know why she blamed
Wait,
That's tough.
hold on.
yeah.
That's
crazy.
tough.
What
That
did
is
you
crazy,
just-
bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Niggas are
You know why
old.
she blamed Ad?
2 years till 20th, and
You know why she blamed Ad?
Got 2 years. So
I first of all, I be realizing how old we are when we talk about college friends.
That's
I don't know how
fucking
we did like
crazy,
no niggas really been knowing each other for damn
break.
near like 15,
Yeah.
16 years. So it's
Yeah.
like, damn. So I know high school, but she blamed Ad because people were segregated in high school, right? Like some people,
Yeah,
like
that's
some
how
black
it
people
is.
didn't fuck with other black people. Like it was cliques and circles. Everybody,
All that, the
everybody
nerds,
fuck with
all
Ad.
that, yeah,
Like
yeah.
if you was black, you fuck with like Ad was the only nigga that didn't have like.
Ad was CJ
Ad used to
Coward.
do the artwork. Remember
Tell him
the
again,
Martian?
man. Tell him
He
again,
used
bro.
to do my Martian stuff for class for Spirit Week.
Man, I was whipping up,
I know that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, your legendary
I was whipping up,
Spirit
man.
Week was Tyrone Biggums.
Hey, tell him
Oh, you did that in high school?
What?
That's fire. That's
Back
fire.
in
Not to mention,
What?
30 niggas using his address.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Right, that part.
Not the report cards coming to the crib crazy like that.
Yes, no bullshit.
That's crazy.
It was wild, man. But like,
How's
yeah,
your brother?
he's good, man. He's got some shit going on.
Okay.
We can talk about that later.
Okay.
But like 30, we got 20, so it's 20 years, 2 years to our 20-year reunion.
Wow.
that I
And y'all
would do.
class of 06, right?
If they do it right, I'll go to
Shit,
that.
man.
Right? Like if they do it properly,
What do y'all want, Mo? What budget y'all?
Turks and Caicos.
like we got.
Oh, y'all want lead? Y'all want lead PG?
Yeah.
We
Turks
gotta
and
do
Caicos.
something though. Like, come on, bro. Like, I be seeing other people. Like, my talking to my little cousin. They be talking about her little Duval reunion. I'm like, why you at the Duval? And they had like a more fire. I'm like, this doesn't.
Yeah,
even
Rose
make
should be
sense.
ashamed of
I would rather not even do it than do it like.
But
some
who's-
bullshit.
Y'all
the
might you might as well
principal
just do a joint. You
McNeil, is he the principal?
No, he left.
He left.
Who's the principal?
They got a
now?
new. It's a lady. She
Okay.
went to Roosevelt too. Actually, they said. It's
Okay.
a lady, black lady.
Women
They
taking
say
over.
she
I
cool.
like
They say
it.
she cool. My nephew goes there.
That's crazy.
Crazy as fuck.
That's
He's-
fucking
He a
nuts.
freshman. He goes there.
He playing
My
ball.
little
What he
brother's
doing?
30, so
It's crazy, right?
there's
That's
that.
crazy.
Yeah, man.
Derek is 30.
Oh shit.
Wild
Yeah.
as shit. Like,
Yo, we old as fuck,
Junior
nigga.
son go there, bro.
What? What?
Yeah, my little
Who's
cousin, my son Muhammad Junior. His son go there, bro. He's in 9th grade, bro.
Wow.
Crazy.
Yo, what?
Swear to God.
I mean, Charlotte's son is about to graduate though. So
For real?
yeah, Taff about to graduate.
What he doing with himself, bro?
Who is that?
Charlotte's son, Taff.
Oh, wow.
Damn!
Graduate.
Congratulations,
From
Ty.
Roosevelt?
They transferred. He was in Roosevelt for like 2 years, and then Taff was being Taff.
Ty always been
So
Ty.
That shit crazy, man. Time is flying. So.
Yeah, my little
That's
cousin. I got a
fine.
bunch of little cousins that's graduated from college and shit.
Time flies. I done lived the
wicked.
full life. I be
You
thinking
have.
about that all the time. I'm like, I done lived a full fucking life.
You have lived a life, man.
I've
And, like,
lived in many places, spaces, all different types of shit.
Yeah.
So
Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about that. Let's get
Where have
into
you
it.
been? You're in Houston now, right?
I
the best
am.
city in the world.
I'm
Said she wants to move back.
She wants to move back.
Yeah.
She don't like it. She said Houston is
So, but,
filth.
okay,
Go ahead,
so
go ahead.
the only thing is, like, I'm a mom now, so, like, I would have done Houston if it was a substitute for LA. You know what I mean? It's one of those things, like, they party all the time. You can't go to brunch without it being a club. I want to
Without
just
twerking,
get
of
chicken and
course.
waffles with my son, but
Okay, all right. I
it's
get
turned
that.
up. So, you know.
Nah, fuck that. We Recipes
Get that man a
BK.
mimosa.
Right,
Ain't a
Katie-
stain gonna you gonna hear that
No,
10
No,
times.
seriously, and even Katie is turned up. Like the whole thing. I live like maybe 20 minutes from Katie because I live like maybe 25 minutes from the Galleria. I picked like a family oriented place because of my son.
Yeah.
And it's just a little cheaper on the outskirts of it. So it's cool, but it's too hot. Can't get my looks off.
The heat is
All I can do is
crazy.
wear fucking tank tops and and shorts. It's too hot. I can't wear
It's the South.
anything. I
Now,
know.
view-
It's
now,
that
view-
South.
now, viewers,
That's
viewers,
really the
viewers,
South.
viewers. They're not playing like when they say
But-
Texas heat is different.
It's different.
Bro, the sun
It
feels
is.
like it's closer to the earth
Yeah.
than it is
It's to the
every-
ground. Hit the ground.
It's
Closer to the
crazy.
No, I went
sun
to,
hits
we
the
went to
ground.
Chapman and Kirby's.
Yeah.
I'm walking
outside,
in.
yep.
The dude said, "No hats in here." I said, "All right." I walk back to the car. I'm cool right now. Though.
Yeah.
I walk back to the car. That's silly like. Maybe
Yeah.
30
Yeah.
steps away max to put my hat down. When I got back,
You're
I'm
drenched.
I'm
Yes.
like, dog, what
Yeah.
the fuck just happened,
Yeah.
dog? Like that.
And I'm telling you, like, I go from the AC in my house to the AC in my car and then the AC at wherever destination I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
and then reverse it and then I go back in the house. I don't do anything outside
No
of
stops.
It's
You're
no
not-
stop.
But you know how I know it's hot down
No.
there unreasonably? It could be 100 degrees in DC or 98 degrees. People jog regardless. Like you will still see people in the
Yeah, y'all
morning
wild.
neighborhood
They on the-
jogging. No
yeah,
matter
they
how,
on- they on
that
dope.
don't happen in like niggas aren't jogging in the morning, bro. That
It's
shit's
too
too hot. Like
it's
you're
too
not
hot.
even.
But then you
seeing
still have the teenagers wearing hoodies.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
We got
That
to that's a
crackhead.
pandemic right now.
Hundred
That shit is.
something.
That
They
shit is
crackheads.
They're
insane.
retarded.
This
I saw
generation
them the other day.
crackheads.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, this
They
It's
generation-
are.
also the
crackheads.
parents too. That's how we do growing up. My mother would beat my ass
Beat
if
the
I went
fuck
out the
out
house
me,
in the
bro.
hoodie. My mom wouldn't allow it. If
Yeah.
I tried to go out the house in the hoodie, she'd be like, "Dog, take that shit off right now."
I let Lael dress himself, but like he tried to wear like some hoodie thing, and I was like, no, it's 100 degrees outside. Take it off now. Like, no, we're not doing that. It's too hot. But Houston is cool. I just think that y'all read The Alchemist, the book.
No, I have to.
No, we didn't.
Have you read
We have not read that.
Okay.
I got.
Alright.
It's
It's on my list. I'm going through my list. It's on my list.
I gotta get
Okay.
Audible
So-
$15 a month. I gotta get. I get the
I'm
YouTube
still
shit.
finishing Mastery, then I'll
You
get to the
have to
Alchemist.
get it because
Alright,
like,
I
so
bet.
in the book, I don't know if you guys know what alchemy is, but it's like
Just
when
tell us.
you just take whatever comes at you and you transform it into whatever you need it to be.
Right.
So like for me, when bad things, quote unquote, or negative things or things that are meant to like set me back happens, I tend to look at things from a different perspective. That's how I'm always like manifesting things and, you know, just moving forward. So in the book, he starts in the beginning as a shepherd boy, and he's like having dreams about this treasure, blah, blah, blah. He meets the alchemist. The alchemist is like, well, just follow your heart, whatever. If you think, you know, you need to travel, do what you need to do. So the boy ends up going on like this journey. It's a couple of years, and on the journey, he gets like, so he has all this money. He sells all his sheep and all that stuff. He gets a lot of money. He travels. He has like coins and all that stuff. So he meets a gypsy. He gets like conned out of a lot of shit, but he learns a lot along the way. And you know, it's just a book about everything coming full circle. Because after he gets robbed, beaten, like he gets thrown off his path, he thinks he's like going to Egypt or something to find this treasure. And don't quote me because it's been a long time since I read it, but this is just a synopsis, okay? But
Synopsis.
a synopsis of it. But but-
Wow. Okay, go ahead. My
but
fault.
yeah,
Go ahead.
a summary. if you
A
will.
summary.
Yes.
Yes.
But yeah, so he at the end of it all, he ends up going back home, and that's where the treasure was, right where he was having the
Get the
dream.
fuck out of here.
And so, but he had to go through everything that he went through
realize
to get to, you know. So it's like for me, I left DC when I was 18 and went to LA. You know, did all this stuff, traveled. I lived in South America for 4 months in 2019. I lived in Atlanta. I've lived in all these places, and it's like I feel like with the teaching thing that y'all were talking about, everything comes full circle because teaching runs in my family, and so where I am with it, and this is the first time that I'm telling the public. I don't know if I want to say.
Oh, we always get the.
It's a very near and dear thing to me, but I've always wanted to do like nonprofits, right? Working with young girls or just people in general who want to be in the fashion industry, who may not have the means to, because we were PG County, middle, upper class, so our parents had the funds to send us to school and stuff like that. But not everybody in our area can do that. Right. So it's like I want to bring everything that I've learned and accumulated over the years back to my hometown. And so I want to open up the first fashion institute in DC. So I'm starting with like cohorts. Right now, I do a lot of different stuff, but I'm specifically working with this lady. Her name's Kate, and the company's called Crafters Club. And we are literally, she's doing everything from the ground up. So it's like me and about 6 other professionals. I think it's like 3 sewing people. It's a woodworking person who makes wood and all that. But her platform is an online place where you can come and take classes. So my class specifically, like I've been working on this for like 3 months. It's like really legit. And I applied on Indeed. And she hit me up like a month later.
Right.
And I'm just like, oh, okay, whatever. It's like, oh, are you a sewing instructor? You want to make anywhere between $35 to $72 an hour? I'm like, fuck yeah. So applied. And then the way that it's broken down, like how she's so adamant about like paying us and we get percentages of tuition and like it's really fucking good. And it's like everything comes full circle. When I went to Houston and I started teaching at that school, like everything just makes sense. So I do have sewing classes that I teach in person in Houston, but again, I want to bring everything up here. I got a couple of different businesses that I'm working on, but She Sewed Vintage is another one. It's all designer resale.
Yeah.
I have someone that I'm working with who basically sources it, and she has it set up in like tiers. So I paid her like $12.50 to source like pieces for me. And then I'm going to London next month to source and talk to a couple of up-and-coming designers over there. So I just want to bring everything back home. So that's why I'm thinking about, coming home. And all these other cities, it's like, it's the same. Houston is just black people who, are working. So it's like, I want to just be around the black people that I know and grew up around. And I have a son, and it's easier. He needs to be around his family. It's just us down there. And
is it like a hint of like also you want your son to like have the values that you learned here, or like you want your son to be from like?
I mean, not really, because I didn't really. I mean, I pretty much raised myself like emotionally and like values and stuff. So like my son is learning since he came out the womb. He's been breastfed for 2 years. Like I talk to my son as if he's one of y'all.
Yeah, like I be like,
yeah,
I ask you that though, because you're very tried and true. Like you are, like you're from home.
Yeah,
like there's no mistaking that.
Yeah, 100%.
Wherever you go, like you're tried and true. Like you're from here, bro. Yeah. Like that's. And I'm glad she said that, because I say this on this podcast all the time when it's white people and us. Like what I notice with white people that is different from black people. White people don't baby talk their kids. Like it's no like
talk
you want
juice
or you want to eat. They literally be like, would you like to drink?
Yeah.
Say you would like to say you would like to drink. There's no it's none of that side talk, and that's why I think sometimes like we innately like we create a pattern. Yeah, we stuck in growth by like baby talking.
We
them.
do.
It's like
and
I
don't baby my son. Like I know a lot of women who they say, quote unquote, stereotypes and things like that. And I have seen it on social media, like women taking baths with their sons. I remember it was this viral thing.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it was crazy. And then there was this other girl
You're against that, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
what?
cool.
Let me tell you something. My son already knows if I'm using a restroom, I'm in a do not, if you come in here, you're getting cursed out. Like, do not come in my bathroom. Like, y'all got to remember, change my life into the whole Israelite thing.
Oh shit! I was about
I knew that
was about to be my mid 40 question, but she already went there. So
Yeah.
all right, go ahead.
Can I say something about that though?
Wait.
Oh my god!
Keep y'all questions.
Go ahead, finish. Let her finish. John, let her finish.
That's definitely what I want.
That right there.
But go ahead.
Keep your questions.
All
But
right, bet.
So with that, right, the whole Israelite thing, like I still very much keep a lot of the teachings and ways. Like I still don't eat pork. I don't eat bottom feeders. It's been like 8 years. I don't eat shrimp, crab, none of it. I don't eat dairy. I still very much follow those things. However, everything is more so internalized now. When you first come into it, it's like you find out all this information, and it's very true. You know, we are, the chosen people. However, the way that the people in that community has gone about it, even myself included back then, it's very insufferable. Nobody's going to listen to you cursing them out. So it's like after you go through this phase of like outward, you bring everything back in, and that's where you become like a master of yourself. And that's where a lot of shit just changes and things just start falling into place. And it's the most beautiful space to be in, because it's like, I don't give a fuck if y'all fucking wake up. You're responsible for your own fucking life, and so it's like, I only like to mingle with the like-minded people. But I can only get those people if I am in a state of an example versus like speaking about it. You know what I mean? So I attract different types of people because I have gone inward and started focusing on myself instead of like, all that shit. So with that being said, with my son and the whole like seeing me without clothes and stuff like that, it's very, in the Torah, it talks about like, when you become a certain age, you shouldn't let your child see you a certain way, right? And it goes with brothers and sisters, father and mother, stepfather, like whatever the case may be, because naturally our bodies are going to react. It's just like if someone gets sexually assaulted, you can become aroused when that's happening to you. And I've studied survivors and all that stuff. Just I'm very interested in a lot of different things, and
You're a doctor now.
Yeah,
You're a doctor. No, you're a doctor. You're a doctor. Didi, you're a doctor. You're a doctor.
But no, but like
I be asking you questions all last year. I'm like, you're a doctor, bro.
But like it once you understand just like biology naturally, you shouldn't want to be around your child or whoever in your underwear or naked or whatever the case may be. So I train him all the time. Like I said, I breastfed him for 2 years. So he's still very like, want to touch my boobs and stuff like that. But I'm like, that's reserved for your wife. When you have a wife, don't touch mommy like that, because I'm just not with that shit. I want to raise my son to be, I'm preparing him for life. I'm not really I'm raising him, but I'm raising him to be prepared for the things that he has to do as a man. And there's certain things that I can't do. His father has to step in and do that. That's a whole nother story. But
do you worry at all with the climate that the world's going through, and what we have to deal with today more than anything? Like whether it's like masculinity or like not even like I'm not talking about the negative masculinity, but being able to stand up for yourself. What's on the table today?
No, I don't really worry about. I have a weird relationship with like the world and modern times and shit that's going on, because
You
it's
said
like
modern times.
Yeah, we're living in modern times,
That's
But
tough.
like I feel like everything. How can I put this? So this moment in time and who I am, as a part of my lineage, it's so small and insignificant, but it is significant.
Sure.
So it's like, I don't know.
About the grand scheme of things.
Right.
Okay.
It's the grand, like this shit that's going on right now doesn't really phase anything. Like COVID, right? Wasn't tripping off of COVID. My son is completely unvaccinated. I don't have any type of COVID shots. My son doesn't. I don't believe in any of that shit. And I'm fine. I'm here. I'm alive. I feel like what you put in your body and what you feed yourself is your medicine. That's how you're going to stay healthy. So like when it comes to certain things about like, raising a black boy and all this stuff, it's like, yeah, but no. Like, you can manifest the type of life that you live based on your actions, right? Manifestation only comes into fruition through your actions. So it's like, you can say all day long that you want to do something, but like if your actions don't follow it, then it's never going to come into fruition. So like for my son, I'm just training him. His name is La'el, and it's in the Torah, in the book of Numbers, and it literally means belonging to Elohim or belonging to God. So like my son is good. He's covered. So like I just teach him the basics of morals and what's right and what's wrong. I let him know, like I say to him all the time, mommy's not going to be here all, I'm not going to always be here. One day I will not be here. And you have to be able to do things on your own. Like he'll ask me little shit like, can you help me? It's stuff that I know he can do. Mommy, can you help me? Just because he's being lazy. And I'd be like, no. And he'd just be like, why? And I'd be like, because I don't want to help you and you can do it yourself. So that's the type of relationship that I have with my son. I'm just preparing him for, now I'm not naive to the things that we go through. So I do touch on little stuff like that, but I always tell him, like, you can do whatever you want to do in life. Like, nobody's ever going to tell you that you can't. So,
you know the trick, like, the trick that I feel like black women who are raising sons by themselves, essentially, they're in like a catch-22, right? Because, like, on one hand, you can be hard and stern and like be focused on like disciplining your son and making sure he's prepared, and that cripples him in one way. Yeah. Right.
How?
But on the, I'm explaining. I'm gonna circle back to it. So, but on the other side, you could be like soft and like coddle him, and that cripples him in a completely different way. So it's like a back and forth thing that you have to do as a woman that you don't necessarily have to do if you're in a coupled relationship, right? Because that's not a fight no one person should be dealing with. Like,
100% agree.
To having to do both, like you cripple, it's a difficult task.
That's what I love about black
period.
women, because they are really superheroes. Because the real ones I didn't realize how good of a mom my mom was until I got older.
No, look.
This shit that good.
I'll curse you out as my son, and I will hold my son. Wow, if he does something that he's not supposed to do. Why would you do that? What were you thinking? Like, and I really want to know what he was thinking. I'm not like, why? What the fuck are you? I rarely curse at him, right?
Oh, that's
but
dope.
like, what were you thinking? I need you to explain to me what you were thinking. And I'm very stern. And if he starts to cry, I pick him right on up and I'll put him in my lap and I'll be like, it's okay, but I'm gonna tell you. Everything that I just said is true. I'm not sorry for anything that I said to you. I'm sorry that your feelings are hurt, but you need to listen to me, because listening to me is going to save your life. I tell him that all the time. So, like, I do both. I coddle him and I'm stern. Right. And it's like, tough, it's just like what Beyonce say in that song.
Happy birthday, Beyonce. God, 89 for that ball is wild. It's wicked. It's wicked. Go ahead.
She says, what she say? If I was your girlfriend, I'll be there for you. Even if she say, when somebody hurts you, even if that somebody is me.
Yeah.
I'm still there for my child.
Never heard this.
Even
it's me and my girlfriend.
It's me and my girlfriend.
But she be like,
she's saying in the hood. Shut up, Ad. All right, go ahead, Deanna. Shut up, Mo. Like, what the fuck?
Ab lost that. After you ready, B, Ab blacked out.
Go to the next track.
Blacked out.
My baby.
But yeah, no, I'm very much like that with my son. Like, I hurt your feelings. I'm here for you, but I'm still letting you know that this is what it is.
Nah, y'all are superheroes.
Y'all
are superheroes in that. Like I said, I didn't realize, like, when you get older and realize some of the stuff mom did and like how she, like, I'm like, I don't even. My mom was the master of, like, and she Caribbean, right? So like she's old school Caribbean. My mom's in her 70s. So like,
oh wow.
So along being with an old school mom, I also came from a mom that, like, she didn't play. She had values, but like, she's also West Indian, so that's a whole different type of. But I'm so impressed with how she knew when to take the reins off and when to, like, some moments happened where I thought like I was gonna be done. I'm scared to even go to her about this, and I'm like, yo, there's some real shit going on. And my mom was so, like, she just knew, dog. Like, she knew when to push, she knew when to let off, she knew when to, like, and I'm like, dog, you was a wizard at this shit, bro.
But that's
like,
a woman
really
that's in her divine feminine. You gotta know when to. You gotta know how to deal with men. That was my last relationship. I just talked to him like a couple of weeks ago, and he was just like, man, you are far more emotionally intelligent than I am. Like,
That nigga trying to get back. That's my favorite line.
But I think men lack that.
That's my favorite
regardless,
line.
though. Emotional intelligence, period.
That's my favorite line.
yeah, because y'all know that y'all lack the.
Yeah.
But it's because you guys weren't supported emotionally growing up.
Fuck no.
I have the most, by the way. Because just saying, like, because
I wasn't.
you're
I believe cancer. I was
You're
going to that.
cancer, man.
That's what cancers have.
Yeah.
That a lot of people
Yes.
like just naturally
Yes.
we have a little more
We're
emotional
naturally
intelligence than a lot of people.
100%.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
So add that. I'm a cancer woman, and then
Mm-hmm.
I'm super intuitive, spiritual. So like, it's a lot to deal with.
July cancer or you a June cancer?
I'm the last day in June 30th.
the real
My
ones,
mother's
29th.
July cancer.
We the real ones.
Oh,
the
you
last.
have a birthday?
We the,
Oh, y'all
we
the
the real.
Y'all the real. I ain't know that.
We the real
I
ones.
thought the real ones was in July. My fault. My fault. My
No,
fault.
we the real ones.
But yeah, I think that we're just emotionally intelligent cancers, but then women in general, because we have the intuition. Like if you read Proverbs 8 in the Old Testament, it's literally talking about wisdom. Wisdom was here before the heaven and the earths, before the Most High created any of the stuff on day one. It was wisdom and it was the Most High. So feminine and masculine energy has always existed, coexisted. And Proverbs 8 talks about wisdom. Wisdom is feminine energy consistently. Wisdom, she. That's how
Reference.
the Torah references wisdom as she. And so like women's intuition is very real, right? All that stuff, like I'm very big on trusting my gut now. And this comes with being a master of self, but you can only get there if you go through the shit that the shepherd boy went through in the fucking book, right? Getting robbed, beat down, things taken from you, all that stuff. But what you do with all that stuff is, the outcome. Like, my car was stolen 4 days before my birthday this year from out front of my house. And I have a 2020 Hyundai,
Houston.
Yeah, exactly,
Houston problems.
And I don't even live in the hood. I don't live in the hood.
They don't care. They
That's
get
the
that
crazy
shit.
part.
They go. They always be there.
Exactly.
That's the spot.
So,
That's the
like,
hospital.
It's crazy.
That's
So
fucking
I
nuts.
woke up and my shit is gone, and I'm just like, and anybody could be like, "Oh, where's my motherfucking bird? I gotta do." I was just like, well, guess this just means I need to get a new car, so nobody can steal my shit, because I have a Honda and it's easy to steal.
Oh yes. That's the.
Yeah. Oh no.
Nigga.
I am till this day. I'm still driving my car around how they stole it. They ripped my key, the thing that you put in the
Oh, you
ignition.
got it back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got it back like 6 days later.
shit.
Because
Oh,
that's
shit.
the type of person that I like. It's like either I'm gonna get it back, but my good friend who's from here and he lives down there. He works for Tesla. He put me in a Tesla until I got my car back. So I just listen. I manifest good things, and it's like I could have been bummed out about it. I didn't have it back by my birthday. None of that, and I had to pay $512 to get it back because they took it to a lot. And
Yeah, they sell parts.
yeah,
Yeah.
and I had to pay. To
You
get
had
it
to
back.
pay to get your car back
That
that was
someone
stolen
stole.
from a fucking
They don't
lot.
give a fuck.
They don't care.
This is America.
Are y'all shit
They
me?
don't care about that shit.
That's wild, man.
$512.
Yo, keep it 100. Did you lose your shit though?
No,
I would have. Nah,
I didn't.
Nah.
Because you want to know why?
Nigga, what? I'm
I
going
didn't
like,
lose my
what?
shit because I have the money to get it out.
Facts, but it ain't even at this point. Like,
It's the
I
moment.
can't imagine
It's
my
the
car
moment,
being
though.
stolen. And me going there and be like, yeah, we got your car. It's 512 because
Oh,
it's
I
in
was-
a lot. Somebody gonna have to see me. in
No,
it. Like I don't give a
no,
fuck. Like,
internally,
somebody gonna have to see me in it.
Internally, I was just like, so the lesson that I learned off of this, I need to get car insurance.
Oh, that's what she. Beyond riding dirty,
All
y'all.
right, well,
She still riding dirty, y'all.
Say less.
She riding dirty, y'all. I'm like, hold up.
Listen.
Y'all nigga like, it's 500. Hold up. She ain't got car insurance.
That explains it up.
She
Say
don't
less.
have car insurance.
Hey, Didi,
My
say
car,
less.
no, my
Say less.
insurance would have paid for it. But listen, the crazy thing is, I bought the car the day after my ex-husband came down to Houston and stole the car that he bought me. And I woke up and the car was gone. And I called him and I was like, did you take the car? He's like, what? Where's the car? You lost my car. He took it the whole time. And I found out like hours later. But, he's been like, listen.
This is-
that's
Beyond
a
is
whole
30
nother
for 30.
story.
Yeah.
No, seriously, it is. No, I promise you.
insane, man.
I promise you, when I
And he said he deny. He's in
I
denial.
got the text message. Oh, I'm currently I just paid my lawyer $4,000 yesterday on my flight. I can show you. I can show you the receipts if y'all want to see it. Yeah, and I have to pay another $2,000 on Monday. That's neither here nor there.
Okay.
I am in a custody battle with him because he's retarded and he's crazy. But anyway,
All
stole
right.
the car.
Let's get back to the story. All right.
Let me tell you how blessed I am. The next day, I went and bought the car that I have now. The very next day, less than 24 hours. So,
Oh, that's tough.
get the car, and I have to obviously have insurance to leave off the lot. So I got insurance through the people, and it ended in May of this year. And I was shopping around, and they stole my car in June. So it was like literally a month. Yeah, it was a lapse.
Yeah.
And I was shopping around, and they were like, a Hyundai 2020, do you have a key? And I was like, I do. They was like, we're not insuring that unless you're going to pay $700.
What?
Right?
What?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, because the radio was getting stolen.
Yes,
Okay,
and
that's-
because the push, like they prefer you to have push to start because it's not as easy. So I was still shopping around, and then someone stole my car.
Got it.
And so it was like, okay. And I could have been like, what the fuck? Da-da-da-da. Nope. Got my car back. Maybe like a week later, and I've been driving that motherfucker. I started with the USB. I've been in
With the Android, the yellow joint,
Let me tell you
USB?
something.
The orange
way they
joints.
stole my shit.
Bro, they
because
wild with it, bro.
What happens is it's like this little piece that fits inside the hollow piece. And you just stick it in and crank the bitch out.
Bro,
like
they
a
cranking it with a fucking GBL charger, bro. They're
sad.
highly.
But I have GPS on it now.
Okay,
that's how I
that's
got it
easy.
back.
That's dope. See, that's
because,
dope.
And I had to pay $100 because my GPS had the Apex thing had just. I bought my car April 4th and it expired May 1st. And they stole my shit in June. So I had to pay $100 to pay for the GPS to get reactivated and renewed for another year. And then I had to pay $512.
You know, crazy stat about up here that I found out the other day. Because now DC's basically New Jersey Drive at this point. We're still in the car.
Nigga, been UU City. This ain't New Jersey Drive. This is UU City.
But they said that it don't even be like insurance companies got, because they said 95% of the cars stolen here, in less than 48 hours they're involved in the crime.
Yeah.
So niggas up here ain't joyride, like they
sliding.
stealing your car to go spin.
Yeah, they go spin.
Or they taking shit like it's automatically.
When I found my car, they took nothing. I had a pair of Moschino glasses up, and you know how you can push the thing.
They definitely was probably using your shit for a crime. Like that's all. They just wanted that
They
shit
just
for a crime.
wanted to drive around.
Yeah.
That's weird.
They found my shit like maybe 6 minutes from where I live in some apartment complex down the street.
That's weird.
So I'm like,
That's crazy.
yeah, and it's so where I live is kind of like on the way here. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Fucking
Culture shock.
I mean, high-rise condo apartments. This, da da da.
Yeah, we
It's
met
that's-
chocolate now.
Yeah, But that's how Houston is where I live. I live in a new
okay.
building.
Okay.
It's been up since like 2022. But like right down the street is Trinidad.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So it's like
it works.
that. Yeah. So it's given that. So
Gotcha.
yeah,
It's like that in Atlanta too.
exactly.
Yeah,
Oh,
Atlanta, I think that's every major city.
It is.
That
Be
is.
more. You better be more enough to know, like,
Yeah.
you could be in a nice part of St. Charles, and
Yes.
you can go right up the street, you
Yes.
Asquith. Now
Yes.
you in, like,
You're in trouble.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's literally every major city.
Exactly.
Like that.
So yeah,
Man.
that's pretty much.
Trials and tribulations of life.
Yes.
Shit
Major
that-
trials and
You gotta
tribulations.
keep going. Like my son was kidnapped this year.
Oh, Lord.
Like his dad wasn't trying to return him. I had to fly out to Arizona. My homegirl met me out there. We did a whole like sting operation. Got it back. Yeah.
The 30 for 30
Yes,
for Deanna
I'm
is
telling
gonna be
you.
crazy.
A
Hopefully,
sting
I have producers
operation?
it, and we can like get this all together.
I'm
for the,
telling you, man. Like, and through all of that, that's why I'm so damn skinny right now. Like, my weight fluctuates anyway. But like during that time, there's a silver lining to everything. This is how I'm an alchemist, right? My son is literally. I let him go with his dad in February. He was supposed to come back March 15th.
We had a conversation about this.
I think he posted something.
I was talking about it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she was talking about
I
this.
was.
I remember.
He was supposed to come back March 15th, and his dad just decided that he wasn't going to bring him back because he goes through my shit. And so I had before I bought my son his own tablet with his own like iCloud, it was logged into mine because it was my old tablet. And so his dad, I did that so that I can Find My iPhone to track him and stuff while he's with his dad. And just obsessed, he would go through my text messages, my pictures, my everything. And I mean, he sent a lot of like personal information to like my family, screenshotted shit. I was in a relationship too. And so he like saw, you know,
relationship shit.
the shit
Right,
in my, you know,
yeah.
so you're being a creep. You see certain things and like just, so he decided that he doesn't want our son around other men. And so he was
That's
like,
not
yeah.
always-
He's like, my lawyer said that I don't have to return him. I'm like, he goes to school. My son is literally registered in school. He's on my lease. Like, he's in extracurriculars, all that stuff. So it's like, you really think that you can just keep him? And so he's like, oh, well, I never said you couldn't see him. You can visit him. And I was like, okay, cool.
what?
I'm pulling up. I was like, where y'all at? He's like, we're in Arizona. I said, okay, what's the address? He's like, I'll give it to you when you land. Okay, cool. What he don't understand is your network is your net worth. I have people that work for Southwest Airlines. 2 different people helped me get myself and my friend Britt from LA to Arizona. So I got her 2 buddy passes. I had my 2 buddy passes, and then I got buddy passes for my son.
This is
So
a
we
movie,
were
bro.
out there just on buddy passes, and I got a hotel. I got a rental car, and he was like, all right, this is the address. They were at the Arizona Space Science Museum or whatever. I pull up, and I go upstairs. I see my son. I'm like, hey. He runs to me. I was like, you want to go get some food? Mommy's hungry. And his dad's like, I never said you can leave. I'm just like, nigga, you really... He doesn't know me, right?
Yeah, he doesn't know.
listening to
He
that,
doesn't
like,
know.
He doesn't know.
He
me,
doesn't
right?
know, yeah.
So in my mind, I'm just laughing, like, okay, sure. So I start walking towards the car. He's like, no, he grabbing me and shit. It ends up being this whole thing. Like, the Karens called the police because he pushed me to the
That's that
ground.
shit. Ooh.
So, like, I had a bruise on my arm. My son had a red, because I was holding my son and he pushed us. Like, I didn't fall on my butt. I fell on my back. Like, you know, so I get up, I'm punching him. I'm like, you got... Listen, when the police came, they were like, well, we got reports that you both, they were like, so if I wanted to get him locked up, I was going to get locked up too, because they had reports that I was putting my hands on him as well. Yes.
As you should have.
Because
As
I'm
you should,
protecting
yes.
myself.
Yeah.
You know?
Defending
So,
yourself.
Yeah. So, you know, I let all that go. But yeah, I've had my son back since April. But during that time of him being gone, it was really hard for me because I live in a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, and he has his own side. So he got his own room, own bathroom, own closet. And, you know, his toys were around, and it's just us.
And he's not
So
here
I'm
anymore,
used
so
to, you know, so I was outside. I was like, I can't be inside. So I was going out a lot, all that stuff. And I ended up getting into it with a girl on Twitter, because a girl who I knew but didn't know, just knew off the internet. And she was like, I'm tired. She was like, Raisa, nobody gives a fuck about you being out. All you do is talk about going out every weekend, and your son is gone. What type of mother are you? Then she deleted it, and then she hit me in the inbox, and I cursed the bitch out. I was like, I'm gonna tell you, I was like, cause she's very erratic. That's how she tweets, and she has the nerve to be like in PR, right? But she needs PR,
Yeah.
right? She's terrible. So I was like, bitch, you sit on the internet cursing people out all day. Your fucking veins be popping out. You stress yourself out. I'm in a whole different space. You have to remain calm. I'm trying to run $1 million, $1 billion businesses. Life is going to happen. You think I'm going to fuck up? I had clients at that time. Like I don't know if y'all saw that white, wet looking dress that I made.
Yep, I saw
It was
it.
like a duplicate from another brand.
Yep.
I was working on that shit while my son was gone. I had to hand make that shit. You think that I'm about to be like, oh, my son is gone. Like, he's with his dad, so he's not fucking
In harm.
He's not in harm.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm cool. His dad is just a nut. Let me just do what I got to do to get him back. I'm not about to be, you know, whatever. But I was outside to keep my mind off of being in the house.
Being in the house and being
stuff.
all depression,
So it's
yes.
like, bitch, get the fuck, like, and this is another thing I've learned, like, unless you've gone through it, just shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
That's my motto on everything now. I don't speak on shit.
I mean, that's
I don't know
that's
about.
that's people's life in general, though.
Yeah.
That's why I made that workout post I made, because like we had a conversation about like niggas working out, and I'm like, bro, like don't let nobody shame you or how, like, cause like you got certain like, and it's not that deep of that to the level you're talking about,
Yeah.
DB, but same thing applies with the whole like, bro, live your life.
Yeah,
Like
you have
if
to.
you like to drink, cause like there's a workout warriors IG to be like, yo, you be working out, but I see you out, you be drinking. I'm like, bro, cause
So
that's
what?
what I do.
It's
like, you know what I'm saying?
balance.
If you like to stay in the house, my nigga,
Yeah.
kudos. I'm very well aware. I think I've always been aware of the fact, and I just told
'Cause you're a Cancer.
one of my friends. I told my
It's the
friends
cancer
the
show,
other
yeah,
day.
ladies and gentlemen. John and DD. It's the cancer show.
I'm serious. Now,
It's the
listen,
most unknown
you know why I
cancer
love
show.
talking to
We're
other
highly
cancers that's in
intuitive.
tunes, though?
Yeah.
Is because, like, they really get how we think.
Yeah.
Like, and I to a certain point, and we're not always right.
We
By the
can
way,
know-
by the way, we're not always right.
No,
I'm
we're
the
not.
first to
But
say
we
that.
can know that we're fucking up.
Yes,
Yes,
We'll be like, all right, bitch, get yourself
Yeah,
together.
that's why I say. That's why I say.
That's
That's why the number one thing I always say. I say I can't fuck with people that's not accountable.
Yes.
Because if I fuck up, I'll be the first person to raise my hand
listen.
and be like, all right, that was me.
You know what my
got it.
motto is? You can't fuck with me, and you cannot fuck with me unless you fuck with yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is my motto.
yeah,
If you
yeah.
don't fuck with yourself,
Yeah.
you're going to have a hard
Hard time.
time being around me because I fuck with myself.
I fuck with myself too
heavily
much.
on every level.
Yeah.
Okay, on the Israelite level, on the fucking insufferable, trying to tell everybody what to do about being Israelite level, all the way down to the lowest of my levels. I fuck with myself on every single realm because it's all wrapped into one. I'm centered. So like, you
Amen.
can't, all the highs and the lows and all, you can't be too high, you can't be too low. You got to be centered.
Yeah.
Because when you're centered, you understand that life happens.
All right, so do
Yeah.
you think like this? Because in that same breath, I was telling the friend I was talking to, I was like, yo, and that's why, and first of all, I got this delusion not delusion because it's going to happen. And I'm straight now, but I know I'm gonna be good. Like this is just the beginning of like I'm all right now, and it's the brokest I'm ever gonna be, and I'm straight. Like you know what I'm saying? We're not, but so like this is so I have that in the back of my mind. It's like, bro, I'm gonna be like super good. So like there's that, and then but I say that to say like my Achilles heel, if it's anything, is like saving money, right?
Okay.
And I'll be the first nigga to stand up. I got my 401k straight. But like other than that, I don't like subscribe to like I have a little emergency stash away. You know what I'm saying? If I gotta go emergency, 401k gonna get broke. Like but it's like I struggle with that because but it's also you see people in life play it safe and they do everything like the cookie cutter like way. I'm aware of my own circumstances and people that we've lost. This shit can go at any moment, bro. I can die tomorrow. And then if I die tomorrow, all I have is the experiences and what I live. That money, that saving them. Now, and I also think, listen, I don't have a child. Because if I had a child, my mindset would completely change.
Oh, yeah, it will.
But I don't have a child. So it's just me. And I'm very aware of the fact, like, yeah, I need to do this, but like, I can die tomorrow, bro. But one thing is, if I die tomorrow, or if I died, I can say with a straight face, like, dog, I lived the shit out of life. And I got every experience that came with me and everything that's like that. So back to the gym. That's why I was like, bro, like, kudos. You want to stay in the house. You want to be a homebody. You want to do your thing. You want to be. If it works for you, I'm not knocking you. I'm cool. But you can also get hit by a car tomorrow.
Exactly.
And then what was all this for?
Exactly.
Like you know what I'm saying? What was all the homebody shit
that's
for? Like,
Ecclesiastes. If you look at
That's another
Old
word.
Testament again, Ecclesiastes is literally if the good and the bad both die, then what is all this for? That whole book is just about questions, questioning life and all that. So I understand where you're coming from because listen. You gotta really like. I think life is all about balance. My homeboy was just at my house yesterday before I left, or the day before yesterday, one of them. And we went to the Future concert together, and I had.
Was it bad?
Huh?
Was it bad?
Yeah, it's getting bad reviews.
It's getting bad
It's
reviews.
getting bad.
He did good in Houston. Because he
got
fucked up
there.
at home. This is home for him.
I got there at 9:30, and I left about
Fashion.
11. It wasn't over when I.
Yeah, that's bad. That's bad.
It wasn't over.
You was there for like a cool hour.
tapped
Got your
him.
pick and dip.
I tapped him. I was like, "What time is it?" He was like, "You ready to go?" I was like, "Yeah."
I bet he was ready too. Yeah,
Yeah,
Future ain't beating this rap.
Yeah,
bro.
we both were just. I mean, it was cool.
Oh, damn, Mo. Wow.
It wasn't bad though. I mean, it was just. I mean, I don't know what do you expect from Future?
No, he needs to
I
improve.
heard he was better in the past though.
He needs to improve, bro.
Is it because you're 36?
Yeah, it is. No, he needs to improve.
No, because I went to see him also on my 31st birthday.
I saw him last year.
She wouldn't
My
let Travis.
29th birthday.
I saw him last year, and he was
was
good.
good?
But
Yes.
that was 7 years ago.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, see,
I
that's
mean,
how
but
it is.
even back then, I wasn't really like, oh my gosh, I was ready to go back then.
Oh, that's your TV.
Yeah, she just not.
She just not impressed.
I like certain concerts. I think I listen to all types of music, and rap isn't really my first genre of music that I listen to, but I do like Future. So it's like, let me go see him.
Like you go to MG. What's the group name? MG. Yeah, you go to that type
I
of
took
shit.
my son to the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
That's
concert last
fire.
year. So like,
That's fire. That's a
like
goal
one
of
my
mine.
I
favorite
listened to
things.
Californication on the way over here.
That's my son's
Yeah, that's
favorite
my
song.
shit.
Oh,
That's
word?
my shit.
Anytime he
That's
hears,
the
he's
shit.
like, "Mommy, the concert." We like, "Yep."
Yeah.
No, his favorite song right now, he actually requests when we get in the car to hear the song that goes slow and then fast, and then they say, na, 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 That's how he says it. He's talking about Nirvana. It smells like Teen Spirit.
Wow.
Yeah. That's his favorite
Has your
song
son
right
gone
now.
through the Michael Jackson phase? Is he?
He know Michael Jackson.
No,
Every
not
kid
yet.
on earth goes through a Michael Jackson
Not
phase,
yet.
bro.
You got to show him Mike,
Like,
bro.
even today, and I just be like, why do y'all know who? Like, why do y'all?
Because he's
like,
the greatest.
Like a true
That makes
phase, bro.
You,
Like,
that, you know
and
what?
I be confused.
Y'all
as
teachers,
shit,
y'all
bro.
teachers. That's why, because my he was a former coworker of mine, and he remember we had a Chris Brown MJ debates, and I always like no blasphemy. Like I know who Mike is, but sometimes I be like, low. Me personally, you know how I feel about Chris. I don't gotta say. So I say, and
biggest
he was
blood
like,
out.
yo, as a teacher. He would be like, he said, I see the teacher because he said I work with kids.
Bro.
You're fucking wilding. And he said, if
Crazy as
you if you see these kids that shouldn't even know this man and they know dance routines and all that, he said
Yeah.
you're out of your fucking mind.
Yeah.
Like it's not
Crazy.
close. Yeah, he was like, it's not,
Nobody's
you know, he used to say
dancing
that,
to
yeah.
Chris Brown.
Bro.
No, yeah, he says that all
Bro,
the time.
I
He says it all the
promise you,
time.
these kids know Michael Jackson like he's like out
Like
today,
he's
bro.
yeah. Mhm.
I just be like,
Yeah.
what is
That's
going
how
on
you
here?
know.
Yeah.
That's how you know
what
that
you
you're
did was-
great.
yeah.
That's what I am finally, I think, in the phase. That's why I can't listen. Timing is everything, right? Because if I would have came on back in, what was that, February or something when I was trying to do it, it wouldn't have been the same because I was in a relationship that was like I was in a relationship, and now
I was in a relationship. The double answer. I was in a relationship.
Now I'm not. So it's better because I've learned a lot of. It's just a lot of things. I think that was like my last. You know how you got to do like the last final boss round before you're like, okay, this is completely fuck no. And so that's where I am now. Just even down to like the way that I choose to be in relationships. I am very like lover girl, whatever the case may be. But instead of using my discernment, no, listen, I'm serious.
Go ahead, I'm gonna let you do it.
Instead of using discernment and waiting just a little bit longer, it's like, oh, I don't really click with a lot of men intellectually. So if it comes across, if that comes, it's like, oh shit. And then it's like, okay.
It's gotta
So
mean something.
right. So instead of like really, I just should have took my time with my last relationship. And now where I am, it's more discernment. Like I have certain things that are just like deal breakers for me. And I am no longer letting my empathy for people outweigh my boundaries.
What's one of those?
One of them is if you are a parent, you need to be an active parent. I don't want to
for
fucking
sure.
hear about your circumstance and this and
Niggas got sob stories like a motherfucker.
Shout out Paris. I don't mean to
Nobody
say names
wants
on
to
here.
hear that.
She literally just stopped. She was fucking with this nigga tough. I'm like, dog, do you? She was like, I don't fuck with him no more. I said, why? He was like, he wasn't a good dad. I said, how'd you figure that out? He was like, I could tell through
That's
conversation.
tough.
Yeah.
Like, he
Shout out
kept saying,
Paris.
Yes.
kept making excuses for never
It's
being.
always
and I
an
just dropped it.
excuse.
And I said,
It's
yo,
always
good
it's
shit.
always an excuse, bro.
Good shit.
So
I don't
And then
feel
around the
that.
corner, like that's some wild shit.
I'm running. I started a campaign.
Yes,
fundraiser
donate to the
on
campaign.
Tuesday, right? So the fundraiser is I'm essentially trying to build like an organization where we support like mothers raising boys.
Oh, nice.
Or like just young men who need direction, just in
Yeah.
general. Like so, it's gonna be like an after school program and like a summer camp.
I like that.
And then like they learn different trades, learn soft skills, hard skills,
Love it.
emotional regulation.
Love
they
it.
learn, cooking, just like all type of different skills.
Life
And I'm
skills,
right? And I'm
yeah.
gonna bring in different men that specialize in that to like deal with them. But anyway,
I love that.
like I lost my train of thought. What was we talking
You were
about before?
talking about
Wherever you want
Why,
to
kids.
I want to know why you sad when she said what she said.
I'm gonna come back to
Lover
that.
girl?
I'm gonna
Yeah.
come back, I'm
Yeah,
gonna come
she
back
said-
to that
okay,
part.
all right, go.
What was we
Probably
just
because a
talking-
lot of people say that, but
Nah,
they're
not
really-
even that. That's not even what it was. What was we just talking about before I started talking about what I was?
Son, what's
I
up
was
with you? You
talking
good,
about-
bro? You blinking?
I was talking about relationships.
She was talking about relationships. She's talking about men not being good dads.
Yeah, she was like,
Being an
Yeah.
absent fathers.
Yeah.
She
Right,
said-
that's what it
she's
was.
Being an Instagram dad. Go ahead.
And like I feel like that's a big part of it, and I think like women reinforce niggas doing negative shit.
They do.
and they still give them access. So
Yeah.
that
That's the
never
sick
stops
part,
their
bro.
behavior.
That's the start.
Like so, like women still
It improves their
continue
behavior.
to
Yeah.
like lean in and give these men who don't deserve
Exactly.
deserve. Bro.
access to them.
Y'all making it hard for me.
So that makes it.
That's gonna
you
be
know what
Russell
I'm saying?
Wilson.
That doesn't.
And-
I'm making it hard for me.
But listen, that only you got to understand that when you master self,
Right.
Yes.
that's the only way that you'll realize that you don't deserve to even be in this position with this person. Because I'm gonna tell you, now that I'm in the space and the aura that I'm in, I've been and My life, I watch the Most High work in my life in real time. It's like when Moses talked to the bush. That's how my life is. It's in real time. And so, like, with me, once I flipped the switch and I was like, okay, I've been approaching this whole love relationship. This shit is wrong. The closest to the right way of how shit should be for me was my marriage. Very much like, you're a man, you can do X, Y, and Z. He just lacked the emotional intelligence behind it. But the way that it was is very much the only reason that I got married. Because it's like, as a woman, I am divine feminine, and divine feminine does not chase anything. You focus on yourself. You focus on the skills that you have as a woman. You focus on being a better woman. You focus on elevating yourself, and then you attract whatever it is that you're supposed to have. So me being in the mindset that I'm in now, 2 instances. I was at the grocery store. This man came up to me. We all know I'm short, right? So I'm reaching up, trying to find something, and 5'2" over here. So I'm trying to get something from off the top shelf, and he walks over to me. Not only is he still on his phone, right? I guess he told the person, hold on. He wasn't like talking to them, but you're walking up to me. You can't even walk up to a bank teller on your phone. So please don't ever approach me.
Or you're making carry out.
Or exactly, or you'll get cursed out, right? Exactly.
You ain't eating no food.
So the fact that you think you're going to walk up to me and then you see me trying to get something, you're not offering to help. You're doing nothing. He's like, oh, you look good. He was like, you're beautiful. What's your name? And I just looked at him and I was like,
the layup was there, bro. Just get the shit off.
Just
get the shit out to you. Get the juice out of the fucking thing, bro.
It was there for you.
We could have been on a date the next week.
Yeah, the layup was right there. The layup was
just
right.
So easy, bro.
Stupid. So
easy, bro.
I cut him. If looks could kill, he would have died right there. Because I'm telling you, when I turned around, he was like, "What's your name?" I was like, "Raisa," and he was like, "What?" He was like, "Raisin." This man's like 48 years old. Had to be, right? I literally stared at him so hard. And if you see this episode by the Graces, we were at Fiesta off of 249 in Houston. And you came up to me with your work clothes on, and you was on the phone, and you were very disrespectful. But anyway, I say all that to say,
Shout out to Fiesta.
A younger girl or a person that doesn't really know even me in my younger times, I probably would have gave him my number, like, oh, he could take me out to eat, buy me dinner, young college girl, you know what I mean? Like, just listen, I've come into a lot of financial stability lately, and it all came at one time, right? And so not only am I in a different mental space, I literally don't need anything from a man. So at this point, you got to come super correct, but that only comes with mastering self and understanding what you want, what you deserve, all that stuff. So like 2 days later, I'm at the trampoline park with my son. I take him on a Saturday. We've been in the house all day. He lots of energy, right? Super, boys, right? So I'm like, it's like 8:30, 8:50 at night. The trampoline park closes at 10, right down the street. I'm like, let's go. You can jump around, get your energy out. It's me, my son, this little girl named Emma, and her dad. And it's just us there the whole last hour. And my son, very outgoing, he'll play with anybody, right? I can leave him at the pool, and I'll come back in like 2 minutes, and he's around a bunch of women, grown women. Like, yeah, he's very charismatic, very like talk to people, right? Yeah, it's crazy. So, they're playing together, and the dad is like, sitting there, and I'm on the other side. It's like, you're the dad, you're me, and then these are the kids. Yeah. So then obviously we're talking. Great conversation, great dad, even the way that he spoke about his child's mother. So at the end, he's like, do you mind can I have your number? I was like, sure. And we went out, Wednesday night, very respectful. I've been ordering a lot of stuff for my studio, and I just ordered a Juki sewing machine. It's like the industrial ones that come with the table.
Oh, shit.
And it's like $300 extra to order it assembled. And so I paid like $900 for it to come with the parts. So I text him, I'm like, hey, I was like, how handy are you? He's like, I'm smart enough to get the job done. He's like,
figure that shit out. Yeah.
And I'm like, I ordered a Juki sewing machine. Can you put it together? He's like, yeah, I can do it. 10 minutes later, he texts me. He's like, okay, so just looked at the video, blah, blah, blah. Look it up on YouTube. Like, that's the only type of energy that I'm entertaining.
That's tough, though.
You just said two things that kind of stood out to me. One was that, like, men show care in one specific way, right? And this is for like women who can't figure it out. I don't know if he likes me. If he's not willing to do something for you, right, that you don't ask, he's like, he sees we're fixers naturally, right? So like if a nigga don't come to your crib and be like, this got to be fixed, this you need to change this bulb, this is going out, he don't like you that much.
I wouldn't even say he don't like you that much. I would
care.
say because some men aren't even in the divine masculine to understand it. Okay. He may like you, but he's a fucking boy. He don't even fucking understand.
We call them cavemen. We on this show we always say they're cavemen.
That's
and then
so funny because that's what I use too. Fuck me, feed me, and that's it. That's caveman shit. I say naturally.
You see, she just admitted to that. Well, see, this is what I'm talking about. Go ahead.
Men don't. And this is no disrespect to y'all. Men do not evolve, right? Only a certain type of man evolves. From the beginning, it's been the same. War, fucking, and feeding.
Yes, that's it.
Women, on the other hand, it's why there's such a disconnect right now. Absolutely. You got to understand that we went from being Sarah in the Old Testament to, there were women prophets and things like that in the Old Testament, but we were still underneath of our husbands. We were still, even Proverbs 31. A Proverbs 31 woman is a woman who goes out, she's good with her hands, she knows how to make clothes, all that, and then she comes home and she brings the money to her husband. Okay? It's really fucking like, it's a mind fuck. So it's like, you come from 1970. We couldn't have bank accounts.
I'm gonna pause you because I wanna, because this is gonna literally go into, so let's spice it up and just talk about it. Because I got like, three things on my list. No,
the Israelite thing?
No, because it's no.
Just let her cook, John. Just let her cook.
Because we gonna. This is because I wanted.
I was learning.
It's stuff that we talk about, but I wanted to run it whenever we have a woman on the show. It's like we need. It's shit that we agree on, but like
this is a woman's podcast.
A woman, we have facts. We know that. Like, by the way, we want a podcast.
We don't podcast.
We know who our audience is. Like,
we're feminine women podcast.
We're podcast. But it's like I want a woman to kind of like break up the like to see if y'all. So especially if you're a perfect guest for this. So marriage, right? This is the thing that comes down against me because so disclaimer. I believe in marriage. I want to be married.
Okay.
I want the whole dream. I want the fellas to come over on Sunday to my NFL Sundays back. Thank the Lord. But I want the game to be on. My niggas be over there. My wife and her friends or the wives of my niggas are over there. They in the top playing. They looking down. The kids is in the yard having a good time. That's my. If I don't be rich or whatever, that's what my life.
Your cancer.
Exactly. That's what I want my life to look like. So I believe in all that. Now,
I'm already kind of.
I have said a long time ago in the podcast, and I pushed back the first time he said it. And it literally, as the days go by, I'm like, dog, this nigga was cooking when he said that shit. He was like
What'd you say?
What'd he say?
The shit where he was like, listen, he wanted, like, he questioned marriage at some point because he was saying, like, marriage is something that predates the Bible.
Oh,
the actual marriage. And then he was like, marriage back then was not. It wasn't what society made it now. It was more of a bartering system, more of a like agriculturally based, like look, we're gonna have these kids, we're gonna do this so they can do X, Y, and Z.
That's why I got married.
Love wasn't even at the top or the forefront of the marriage, right? So society's made this like a love thing. Yeah. Like now it's all in love, and this is what it is.
It's a business.
I sit down to think what I want marriage to be, and I'm like, yo. Maybe tweaks do because we live in a society now, and as you and I'm about to, and that's why you gonna see why I oppose you. I said we live in a society now where it's like we might have to revamp this a little bit.
Yeah, we gotta rebrand marriage.
We live in a world where they have made changes to school curriculums. They have made constitutional changes. They have made amendments changes. They have amendments to laws, stuff. The NFL safety, everything has changed as time goes on, but marriage is the only thing that still stays the same after dating all these years.
Men can marry each other and women can marry each other.
That's changed. But I'm saying as far as the basis of marriage, you mean to tell me everything in the world has changed, but marriage is supposed to follow these same laws, and stuff has changed in that realm too, because even if we make it more modern times, like if we don't want to go the biblical time, let's take it to like the 60s or 70s. Women have changed.
Yeah.
These are, back then was stay at home.
Exactly.
That whoever made the marriage laws didn't account for women being bosses. Women having their shit more together than men these days.
But they can't.
So it's like, are we
couldn't have,
so
because
are we fools for still following this
It goes
pattern?
back to men not evolving. You guys make the rules for everything. Why would you make an evolutionary law for marriage when in your mind you don't evolve when it comes to certain things? Men are still, when I tell you, I have never in my life seen the audacity. I just told my best friend, I would love for women to act like men. Men, no, listen.
Like studs?
No. Listen to where I'm going with it.
Go ahead.
Listen to where I'm going with it. Someone tweeted, "What is one thing that men do better than women?" And I replied, put themselves first. It's the only thing that women need to do. And I'm not even gonna say I would be so more far along in my career if I chose myself first, because everything happens for a reason, right?
Absolutely.
But if I can save some young girls from
save them
in their 20s, put
them.
yourself first. And I did put myself first. I've never stayed anywhere off the strength of being in a relationship. I moved back and forth. I've lived here. I moved to Atlanta, moved right back to LA. Like, I would try something out, but I would never stunt myself. Or if something isn't going right, I would never stay off the strength of looking a certain way.
Yeah.
Whereas had I just put my shit first off the break, like, fuck relationships, fuck this, like, I can, fool around, have a little friend, whatever, but like, this is what it needs to be wholeheartedly, then a lot of things would be different, but then I wouldn't be where I am mentally. You know what I mean? So it's all a catch-22, but young girls, as a person that's been married,
how long you been married?
I didn't get married for love. Let me tell you something.
But do you think this needs to be tweaked though?
Yeah. First of all, I'm
going
to tell you how it needs to be tweaked. That's why the people like Tyrese be crying on the internet over these niggas are choosing. It's the typical, even, my son's father was in the NFL. Wasn't when I wasn't with him, don't know nothing about it, don't care. But when he talks about it, it's very much like when they get up there, they tell them, you don't need to be dating your own people.
You don't.
You need to. It's bad.
It's early.
And so, it's when you get up there, you think that you're getting what you've always wanted, or the girl that never looked at you, or whatever.
The superior woman.
Exactly.
Even that's a surprise trophy thing. Like I don't know, that's a whole.
But then you end up, you don't even know this person. You don't know anything about him. You know nothing, and so it's like, I think that people need to. I agree with arranged marriages. Me and my ex-husband arranged our marriage in a sense. It was like, you have this, I have this. If we bring this together, we can create this. And we did, but his mental, he's too far, this is fucked up.
Okay.
Without this, nothing is going to work. Nope. And so right idea, wrong person, right? So I do think that marriage is important when it comes to understanding lineage and legacy and bloodline and stuff like that. And you understand why, I'm a big fan of nepotism, rich people marrying rich people. All that other shit, I'm so in love with him. No.
Nope.
Because guess what? It is. You have to.
You're going to be on TikTok making stories.
Yeah.
Exactly. You're going to be making 80 stories, bro.
It gotta be more.
I be watching them, and I be learning, bro. I be learning.
Because I kind of got her now. So
this
is a sneaky. I kind of
got her
now. A little sneaky joy. So me and Didi.
I have to use the restroom.
I do too. Hold on, but hold on. We go. After because I got you right where I want you.
Can't pause YouTube.
Hold on. Me and Didi was in the DMs, not DMs, in the comment section one day.
Y'all love the fucking comment section, bro.
She disagreed with me.
What'd I say?
I'm about to tell you. She disagreed. She disagreed with
Deanna
me.
gets me.
And mind you, with me, now she got me together.
Deanna be giving me
hold on.
Go ahead.
Didi got me together.
Go ahead.
And I'm in the joint. I'm in the whole comment section
learning,
like,
bro.
all right, I gotta be careful what I say back.
Yes, dog.
One, I fuck with Didi. Two, the world is watching. Because the comments, you get an argument, everybody can see the shit.
Right,
and it's like a shade room post, so it got bad views on the shit.
Black people stay
I'm
off
like,
the
Didi,
shade room
respectfully,
comments,
I disagree with what
y'all
you
gonna learn, bro.
But listen, so it was a
Y'all
joint
love
where they
it,
said, and I said, because I've said this on the show before, It said, can a man love his woman and still cheat on him? Or can a man love two women, or whatever the post was? It was about loving and cheating. And I said, and you know how I feel about this. I said, a man can absolutely love somebody and cheat on them because love doesn't stop cheating. And we got to stop thinking, and y'all just said there has to be more than, love doesn't stop cheating. Discipline stops cheating.
Yes.
Understanding what you're going, like, but it all to me falls down to discipline. Love doesn't stop. And I'm like, we got to stop, because we're in a space where it's like, you can love people, like I said, and I made the comment, it's going to jog a memory again. I said, you can love your mom or your parents. Your parents have told you not to do stuff. You've done it.
Yeah.
You didn't love them any less.
Yeah.
But you still went against them.
Yeah.
We love the God we serve. Whoever it is we serve, we know what sins are. We sin. We don't love that
sin,
God any less.
Yeah.
So to be like, for people to draw the line that, oh, you love your partner, but you can't cheat if that doesn't make sense, because we do this with everything else in life.
We all sin.
Like, so it's like,
And what did I say?
Bars.
I think you mistook what I said, because when I read this, I was like, oh, I think you were saying because I didn't put it in context. So it came across like what I was saying was it's okay. And I was like, no, it's not okay.
Okay.
And the nigga said it's not okay. The nigga that we was under, I was like, I'm not saying it's okay. And to women, you have a right to fucking leave.
Yeah.
If a nigga is treating you wrong, get the fuck out of there. You don't, but
Y'all stay.
The notion that like love is like, people were like, oh, you wouldn't cheat, because everybody in the comment was like, if he loves you, he's not cheating on you, period. That's not a lie. That's a lie. Like, that has nothing to do with it.
That's a lie.
It's a lie because it's the same. I like that you use mom and dad and stuff like that, because I too refer to certain things. I'd be like, you've been around your mother and your father all your life, and have you always had great relationships with them? Of course you're going to be up and down.
Yeah, fact.
But what I do feel in the marriage is the love isn't enough to stop someone from cheating, but you've made, unlike your mother, and you don't make the choice to be with your mother. That's what you did.
Yeah. So your mother was like, you made the choice to
You don't make the choice to be your mother's child. You make the choice to marry somebody.
And that's why I said you're dead wrong if you...
However, the love... When love is the only factor, which is what a lot of people get married for here, that is how the cheating happens, because love is not enough to keep someone from cheating.
And it goes up and down.
What is enough is you found a man and a woman who has a common vision and goal for the union. It's beyond love. Like, I can learn to love you if you setting me up with some wealth and we creating shit. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I went into my marriage. Like, I'm not in love with this person. I don't, but I can learn to fall in love with this person because we are creating generational wealth, and he is showing me who he is and how much he fucks with me through his actions and what he's doing. And then it becomes a respect thing. And then you wouldn't even step outside of somebody that you respect. And the respect is on both ends, though. The man has to respect his woman, too. A lot of men don't respect their women.
Not at all. And see, that's why cancers be cancering. Because I said, so it's like, because I had to offer how
I gotta pee. I'm sorry.
Let's take a break.
Not pee, but...
So we left off, I would say, I had to give, you got to give, like Andre 3K said, right? Like, the shit that Dolphin line where he was like, well, what good is telling the kid that selling's a sin if you don't offer him other options to it? So you can't be like, no this, but you got to offer something. So like, in the marriage thing, it's like,
I agree.
In the marriage thing, and so in the marriage thing, it's like, so if I'm telling you I don't agree with this, it's like, what works now? So I'm like, to me personally, I feel like you have to have found whoever you marry, to me, and that's not everybody's formula, just to me, they got to be your best friend. I really do believe that, because that is what should scare you away from doing what you're doing. It's like, you're always gonna find a better bitch. There's always gonna be somebody. I don't mean to use the word bitch, but so I remember just saying, like, that you always gonna find. There's gonna be always somebody more attractive, always somebody more whatever. But the relationship you have with your wife, if that's your best friend, you can't replace that. Like, I found somebody that understands me. I get them. They get me. This is really my dog, and I can't. That is what should keep you at bay. Like, bro, if I lose this, I'm like, this is my one. Like, I'm fucked up.
I think when you get there, that you don't even look at other people and be like, this person is bad. Or, I get what you're saying, but I promise you, like, the type of, so this is why I be leaving relationships, because I am very much in a space of like, if I exist, then I know that somebody else like me exists. And with that being said, I'm not going to I'm not going to settle, which is why I'm not dating, which is why when I say nobody's ringing my phone, other than my, maybe, you know, reach out here and there, my ex or whatever, my recent ex, but it's not giving dating, you know, people right now, because I think that humans don't understand that our highest level that we can reach is with solitude, yes, but there's different heights that you reach in a marriage, in a partnership. We're not supposed to be alone. That's why the woman came right after the man, right? We are humanity. We need each other. I would not be where I'm at right now if I did all this by myself. There's no possible way, right? So like,
that's why I hate that self-made word. There's no such thing.
No such thing at all. Yeah. Like, you have people that believe in you, and you have the gusto and you have the vision, but you can't get there without the help. I'm gonna tell you, I wouldn't be in the situation I'm in if my mom didn't work in the government all the years that she's worked in. Me and my brother just came into half of our inheritance from my mother, and I would not be in the position that I'm in if I didn't have the help. I have contracts for my businesses, you know, like I said, working with the lady, and I do like pattern making and stuff for other companies. I make their samples and stuff like that, but like, that just affords me a regular lifestyle where I can pay my bills and take care of my kid. It's the fact that I have the extra to be able to do stuff like this and buy $1,000 machines and pay my lawyer $4,000 yesterday and do certain shit. Nobody can make it on their own. So with that being said, when you have a union, the highest level, even the intimacy, before you get physical with your intimacy, it's just the levels. You become a better person when you are in relationships, friendships. Because you're constantly being challenged.
Good relationships.
Even bad ones. You learn a lot.
You do learn a lot.
If you're smart enough, you take that and you apply it to your next situation. Yeah. But relationships, because case in point, I was in therapy all last year. I went to therapy for a year. Okay, free therapy, Love Land Foundation to the young women, Black women that would like to do free therapy. You get 12 free vouchers of $120 a month. If your therapist is a little no, seriously, if your therapist is a little more expensive, mine was $140 a month, but she's holistic and she deals in like astrology and natural medicine. So I went that route. I just paid her $20 per session because they paid the $120. So if y'all need therapy, check that out. I hope y'all can.
We're gonna put in the link.
Yeah, we will plug that in. And this is not sponsored yet. It's not. So hopefully, you know, hit the girls.
Y'all need it. Motherfuckers at IDM needs it.
No, seriously. But I was in therapy all last year, and it's like, it's just everything comes in threes. You have the knowledge of it, then you have the understanding of it, then you have the wisdom of it. You go to therapy, you figure things out, but then you have to put that to the test. And then, you know, you see how it is. Oh, yeah, I'm in therapy. Sure, I'm healed. Then you get in a relationship. You be like, hold the fuck up. You know, it's just like being a doctor or a dentist. You go to school, you get the knowledge, but then you have to do a residency because you have to understand what the fuck you just read. And then you get the wisdom to be able to operate on people. It's the same thing in your life. Like, you go to do the therapy. You know, you have to, like... Everything is action based, basically. And so, like, when it comes to, I guess, just like, I don't know, relationships are just, Do you
think you're hard to date?
Am I hard to date?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think you're hard to date.
I am. Yes. Very much.
I would never, like, you won't say difficult, but you're like, it's strictly
I'm
you're
not
hard
easy,
to date.
but anything worth having is, I mean, have I been easy to date? Sure.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, back in the day, maybe, like, but that comes with self-worth. You know, you love yourself more, you realize, and you don't let your empathy outweigh your boundaries. And so people don't like boundaries. Oh, you mean to tell me I can't do what? Yeah, you can't. So now what?
I think for a man in a relationship, a long term, I think the word is duty, right? Like, men need to feel like they are responsible for something. If a man is not responsible for something, he's going to go left every single time. Men need responsibility. We need duty. We need, like... We need a goal
Yes.
to work towards. And if we don't have that,
Yeah.
it's not going to work.
If she's giving you everything, I'm telling you, this is why young women, okay,
Wow, she the OG. now.
18, 19, 20, never date a man when he's getting himself together. Do not build a man
Don't
up.
fuck with us.
Do not do none of that shit.
Leave us
Because
alone.
I'm telling you, it's a whole different ballgame.
Yes.
It's the clip right here.
It's a whole different ballgame. How can you date somebody that doesn't even have a foundation? It doesn't make sense. That's why you have men out here wanting flowers and cologne on the first date.
That's crazy. Who is these niggas, bro?
Oh, you want to go? You want to go on my
Tommy
Facebook?
Davis and say, who is these niggas?
Right. Who is these niggas?
But I tell dudes all the time.
Hold on, who is this nigga? I really want to know.
No, I said no.
I can show you. I just had a whole full debate on Facebook
I don't
about
even
it.
know what
And
to
I've
do
said,
with
no, but I'm
flowers.
saying I've said this on the
Y'all
pod.
still
Like
on
niggas
Facebook.
that like
That's what
I told some of my old homies who I've never mentioned their names, but I've told some of my old homies like, bro, you don't need because you get men that complain about dates and like stuff they have to output. And I'm saying, bro, when you get to the point that you're complaining about date, some of it is egregious, like but some like the realistic like. The realism is dating costs money.
It does.
Dating is an expensive sport. It costs bread, my nigga. And
You know what else costs money? Children.
Facts.
If you want to put your penis in the woman
Yes.
that you date and
if
she
you're
gets
not,
pregnant, that costs money.
And bro, if you can't handle it, or you're in a place where you complain about girls want to go to this and I gotta pay this, my nigga, you shouldn't be
You're
dating.
playing the wrong sport, my
Get
nigga.
your bread up first. I'm not saying that to like.
Playing the wrong sport.
I'm not saying that
Listen.
to like flex, but like get your
Prostitutes-
money right first.
it's prostitutes.
I
You
told
have
girls.
to.
Remember when I
Look
lost
at the prostitute.
Exactly. If you got
And they're new. It's a new level of prostitutes that I saw on TikTok, and they're not settling for less. They're not settling for less.
So either way, you're gonna have to pay to play. You gotta
Yes.
look at Judah. Judah in the Old Testament. You want to prostitute, paying for sex, all that shit has been around since the beginning of time.
bro.
Judah was the only brother who wasn't really serious about shit.
Yeah.
But he not about to go and fuck with a princess or whatever and fuck around and fuck her life up.
I'ma go
He's
to the
gonna go
streets.
and get a whore.
I'm gonna get a cheeks, baby.
No, I was without work. I was, when I lost my job for that 6 months that I didn't work, and I ain't had no source of income. You think I ain't meet girls, or you think because I had niggas and shout out my niggas, bro. Like I swear to God, that time. That like 8 months that I ain't have a job. The reason I said shout out my niggas and all of them, Rab, Dre, all of them, like they automatically kicked into like John would usually want to do this mode. So let me like I had niggas call me like, yo, bro, we here tonight, and I'm like, I'm not going nowhere. I need to find it. Like, bro, I got you. Like not taking no for an answer type shit. Like had me out. So I was outside doing this up. Like I say that like, you think I didn't meet women during this time? And the minute I would meet somebody or someone,
Dewana's about to come by. We're going to eat after this.
That's cool.
She's
But
coming.
Let's go.
so somebody,
The door open.
Okay.
yeah, so somebody would come. I would have women approach me because I'm outside, of course, because my men wouldn't let me. Like I said, shout out to my men.
Yeah.
My men wouldn't let me. I'd be in the house. Hey, no, I never told this on the podcast. Nah, I'm gonna tell it. Fuck.
Yeah, no.
Shut up. I'm gonna tell it. I never
It's not
told
your
it.
episode.
That's
This
cool.
is
Nah,
Deanna
no,
episode.
but this is exclusive.
It's her episode.
But she bought this
It's
out.
her episode.
Hold on. This is exclusive.
God, John, you just gotta be
This
the
is cancer
fucking
stuff, though.
Yeah,
No,
dog.
hold on.
relative.
This is exclusive. It's
Okay.
relative.
All right.
Because when Ab, we going to Ab. Look, Ab's still shaking. No,
He's saying no,
No, he's
nigga.
saying no because he don't want his own shit. So Ab,
He don't want
This
to
is
associate.
synopsis.
I told Ab, I said, we're not going to Houston. I said, I'm not going to Houston, bro. Enjoy your time. And he know I really want, he know Houston my favorite city. Ab, I don't have a job at this time. Ab, I said, I'm not going. Ab like try to bring it back in the chat, and I put in the chat like, again, I'm not going. Ab calls me. He said, bro, how much you need to go to Houston? Because the trip won't be the same without you, and I need you here. Like, it's my birthday.
Hold on, time out. I'm sorry. When was this?
This was not that.
Not that
was
time.
different.
It was a different time. Yeah,
was
yeah.
was I living there?
No,
Oh,
hell
okay.
no, hell no.
Nah, you was. I think you was still.
Because y'all was about to
You
get
was on
cursed
the
out.
phone.
Yeah,
But-
that wasn't that.
I was on
Yeah, you was on the farm. You was on the farm.
But he hit me. He hit me. He was
Killing
like,
chickens.
yeah, because it wouldn't. He said it wouldn't be the same without you. Like, how much you need? And I said, if I'm going, I'm at least taking. And I'm trying to like minimize it because like it's not my. I'm like, because I know the type of mode he in now. So I'm like, I need at least like 800 a half. And he was like, all right, come by. I got like a stack for you.
Yeah.
Just pay
Yeah.
back. And I literally pulled up at this man's house.
Yeah.
He gave me a stack. Said,
Yeah.
see you in Houston.
Yeah.
So that's the type of friends I have. But
Yeah.
so I say that to say, even in Houston or whatever, you think I didn't run into girls during the time I have a job? You know what I tell girls I ran into in this time? Like, I can't do nothing for you right now. Like,
And that-
just open this shit.
But
like,
let
I
me tell you
can't do
something.
nothing for you
And
right
this
now.
is where self-love comes in because women and bitches be desperate. This is where the whole flower fucking talk came from.
Okay.
A bitch will hear that and be like, oh, okay, well, I can help you out. I can do it. Bitch, you're dumb. and the nigga just told you that he can't do anything for you, but you want to do. This is it. When I tell you,
Shit mind-boggling.
That shit
only when a woman is in her divine feminine will she understand. I'm telling you, there's not a nigga on this earth, and excuse my language, nigga man, whatever you want to call it.
Nigga man.
Nigga man.
Man, boy, nigga man.
I'm
That's
telling
it.
that. Nigga man. I'm putting it in my
Listen,
notes.
Okay.
Nigga man.
There's not a man walking this earth that can come into my life right now, where I am, mentally, emotionally, physically, everything, and be like, just a liability. I have a fucking son.
Yeah.
I pay for his I pay for my son's school weekly. I pay $105 a week, and that's I know daycare with the infants be like $2,500 a month.
Yeah.
My son is
wild.
It's
my son
wild.
is almost 5, so he's in preschool. He's not in daycare, right? So I pay for his preschool, and it's the audacity. If a nigga come into my life and you're not adding to it. There's no way. And I don't need you to add mentally, emotionally, you talking and shit. Like, nah, nigga. What can you do? The mental and emotional stuff is a bonus, but like, and this is why a lot of weak men will say, oh, them 30-year-old women, they da-da-da-da. No, we can just peep the game. You can't pull the wool over our eyes. You want a young girl so that you can try to tell her what to do.
Yeah,
That's why I
manipulation.
always say, I want the saying to change from the 30-year-olds to women in general.
Yeah.
Women in general need to understand what the fuck is going on when it comes to men and stuff like that, because there's so many young girls who will stay knowing the relationship is terrible. You on your 3rd kid. How the fuck you gonna leave this man? You got 4 fucking kids.
And who's gonna take that else on from the outside? Now you kind of trapped because somebody else has to
Trap
you feel
mentally.
me?
There's always a man that will.
Oh, no, for sure,
Let me
for
say
sure,
something.
for sure.
One thing about it,
For sure,
but
for sure.
is it going to be harder? Yes.
Yeah, for
Is it
sure.
going to be a struggle? Yes.
But the field's cut down a little bit.
It is.
You
Even
want
with me,
yeah,
being a single mom. But see, I cut my own field. I'm not dating a man that doesn't have children.
Oh wow.
You have to have a child.
Okay.
Because for me, or you have to show me your mental and emotional intelligence and maturity that you can, or you have to be a man that already works with kids or like is like big brother, big sister. You have to be well versed in children. You cannot fucking come around me and you ain't got no fucking kid. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. You have to date smart. You know what I mean? So like, just like how single men be like, oh, I don't want a single mom. That's fine. I don't want to date you either. And it's not a beefing thing. It's a preference. I prefer a man that has a child, so I can see what type of father you are. Because you're not gonna come around my son and play no games, because then you gotta understand, I'm in the mode where I lived off grid. When you can kill animals, innocent animals, slit their throat, snap their neck, axe, chop their head.
I chopped the chicken's head off before.
Yeah.
Barbados shit.
I can 100% put a bullet in the middle of somebody's head if they fucking with me or my child.
Yeah, for sure.
So if you come around me and you're not, you know what I'm saying, you're not well versed in children, or you a single, or you're a person who don't have kids and you don't really want kids, but you're so pressed to date and da-da-da, then I'm gonna think you're a fucking weirdo. So are you trying to touch my kid? You know what I mean? There's so many different things. No, seriously. It's so many different things. That's why it goes back to the dudes wanting flowers and shit. It's like, you want a woman to bring, because what happened was a girl posted, she's still single, by the way. So if you see this lady, you need to stop tweeting shit like this, okay? Bitch is still single because she tweeted about her singleness. She says, ladies, I tend to bring a man cologne or a t-shirt or something that he really likes on a first date. Take notes. They like that shit or some shit like that.
He wore that cologne while he was fucking some other
Exactly.
Smelling
Not
the
only
shit out
that,
And he wore the
not only
shirt.
that, bitch, you're trying to buy any man that comes along
he's trying to
versus sitting
purchase.
back in your feminine energy and attracting. You're buying niggas. Of course they're gonna like you. You're fucking buying. Let me tell you something.
You buy me a
got
shirt.
Fucked up. If you think
You buy me a
I
nice shirt.
already
I love
have
you.
to. What you say?
I said, you buy me a nice shirt. I love you.
Exactly.
And then the shirt I want to. Oh
And-
my
and
god!
then-
Don't
For
be
that
that
moment,
You
for
can
that-
have it moving
Are
in.
you married?
No. I'm gonna wear that fucking shirt
On your next date.
on my next day.
You heard me say I think
Yeah.
YSL has the best smells, right? You know how I found that out? The girl bought me Y by YSL.
Exactly.
And now I'm wearing that to attract other.
Do you get what I'm saying?
that's
For
crazy.
me as a woman, if you are trying to talk to me, tell me why. You are approaching me, you're pursuing me. Why should I bring you anything? I need you to prove to me why I should even give you my time. You're pursuing me. I was chilling before you came over here. You understand what I'm saying? So why
Watching
the fuck
Netflix.
would I bring exactly? Or watching a documentary.
Watching National Geographic.
No, a fashion.
A fashion documentary. All right.
Yes. I am a documentary nerd.
I just feel like this like we in like a
a Twilight Zone.
We are.
We in a Twilight
People are
Zone.
like going like they trying to fight nature.
They
Yes.
are.
And it's just like,
do you
bro,
understand
like,
that nature?
what? Bro, this is not how it works.
The
bro.
male animals will literally fight to the death to prove that they can take care of their fucking children and
And
the wives.
family.
And these men want flowers.
Yeah, I don't
Bitch,
get it.
I don't get it.
Let me tell you something.
I'm not from this era.
No, seriously.
I'm not from this era.
Bitch ass nigga.
Go ahead, go.
I'm on truthfinder.com fucking looking you up to make sure you're not a fucking serial killer and you want me to bring you fucking flowers.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's
crazy, bro. I've never heard of this before.
Oh, I can pull it up on my
I believe
Facebook
you,
right
dog.
now.
I believe
Because
you.
It's that goddamn Twitter, that
Listen.
devil Twitter.
Listen,
That
kinda
goddamn
crazy
devil
to me.
Twitter.
I'm telling
Between
you.
the cavemen and social media, again, another
very
example
different.
with my brother Cook.
It's
I tell
wild.
niggas this every day.
Flowers
I
is
just said it
crazy.
yesterday when I was talking to Chuck about some shit, and I was like, "Yo, you know what Ab always
Oh,
say?"
Chuck from high school?
Oh, yeah, that's my dog. I was with him yesterday. He
Cool.
said he was about to come up here when he found out
should've.
you was here. But
Hey, Chuck.
but even with that, like we was talking, and I even said because.
Make sure.
Damn, that's like, do I want to say this on camera? All right, so we had like a we had like a 2-man, right?
What is-
Fuck it, I'm saying
It's a two. It's a date. It's a date. It's a double date.
We
It's a double date.
No,
It's a
you
double.
didn't even see what I asked him. I said,
Is that a
train?
train?
Nah, yo, you know what's crazy? When the girl, so look, my man Drive. So, but watch this. This is why this crazy. My man Drive called me. I said, yo, Jizzle, what's good? He said, where you at? I said, I'm at the house. He said, I'm about to pull up. I said, nah, it's just me and Chuck. We got a
Game
2-man.
lock, nigga.
And then
Game
when
lock.
the girl said, why would you say that? And it was like, and so what he's like, nah, because it just sounded like now we about to be fucking all night. And I was like, it's not that. Like,
That's
you know
what
I'm
it
saying?
gives.
Nah, so
Yeah.
she said, but
It's a game lock. I
when I
used
said
to call it game lock. I used to call it game lock,
it's
bro.
like
Game
it's
lock.
2-on-2, 3-on-3.
Three,
Meaning
yeah.
like there's somebody for each
It's-
person.
yeah.
Okay, got you.
So, mind you, and I hope. Look,
You and Chuck running trains?
Right, I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I was about to start. So like, and I hope he doesn't.
time is this?
First of all, I know Chuck is never going to hear this unless it's a clip. But so I hope you don't mind me saying this, but like, this was his.
Yes, he do mind, bro.
Nah, he probably does.
Because he gonna ask
Nah,
me.
yeah, he probably does.
What the fuck y'all was talking about? He gonna ask me. Like, I always get the like, yo, why niggas be saying this?
So I say this to say this.
Maybe bleep the name out.
Yeah,
Like,
So I say to say this. One, it was his. So I was just alone. You know what I'm saying? I was driving alone. So we had a nice little joint, and then his thing is we bought. They was hungry, so we went to.
Women always.
I don't know if y'all
always
never,
hungry.
I've
Why
never seen
y'all
the
so
food.
Gotta always
I've
feed
never.
us.
I
Why
don't know
y'all
if y'all
always
know
hungry?
the jerk
we be
pit.
burning
You know the jerk pit in
calories.
College
my
Park.
God.
Yes, sir.
Jerk pit in College Park is open until 2 a.m.
I heard that.
Oh wow, for real?
So
That's
we was
crazy.
hungry. It was late. We was gonna go to College Park Dining just because I'm thinking about
College
late
Park
shit.
Dining is always
Late
clutch.
shit. It was
Got a
closed.
lot of nights out there.
They Googled it. They was like,
That's odd.
I got the whole spread. They was in the joint, so we ended up going to a jerk pit. So we bought them jerk pit, and we found a liquor store that was open. And then so
That's a
Chuck
party.
Lily said, "Hey, I'm a here." He said, "Look," he said, "Take my card, just send me whatever,
That's-
like whatever."
that's
Has
exactly.
they never bottled a Don. I said, "I got you." So I go in the joint, get a Don. She was like, "Nah, I got this." Like she didn't wait till I got to the counter. She picked up the Don. She's like, "I got this." I'm like, "You gonna buy it?" She was like, "Yeah, you all pay for the food. We good. Like I got the
need
bottle."
more, y'all.
But I say that
Not
to say,
me.
yeah, I know. I knew that was coming. I know that was
Pay
coming.
for it
I know that was
all.
coming. I know that was coming. But I spun it back around. I know that was coming. I knew that was coming, Didi.
No.
Didi. I knew that was coming. But I say that to spin it back around to the fact that Ab always has
That's
this
gonna be
saying.
one of my
Ab always
sounds.
have this saying when niggas say
You're giving me TikTok sounds.
when niggas say like niggas be complaining about women and like submissiveness and all that shit. And Ab always the first nigga to say like, yo, all these Instagram debates and comments y'all having,
Bullshit.
it's because the girls don't like y'all.
Exactly.
When a girl actually
Women
likes
trick.
you don't have to deal with none of this shit y'all talking about.
Women
Yo, he been
trick.
saying-
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you
exactly.
now.
They just don't like
On the
you,
first
bro.
couple of dates,
Like, that's it.
On the first couple of dates, I'm not doing none of that. But
Yeah.
after the first couple of dates, if I like
about to
you,
say, yeah.
I will. Listen,
sure.
ask my ex nigga. Okay, that's all I can say.
You made him a good
All right?
player. I remember. I saw
It's a real thing.
It's a real thing. It's a real
Women
thing.
will
Why
absolutely
you
trick.
don't like you niggas?
They don't
But I
like
told
don't
him,
like
but that's
you.
what I said in the comments. I was like, you gotta first prove to me. Why am I
Facts,
spending my money
100%,
on you
100%,
if you
100%.
can't prove to me? Because he was like, well, you got a son and you saying you not buying. I'm like, listen.
Y'all
I
gotta
was
stay on
talking
this
to this
shade room.
dude in like 2016 or something, and he ended up going to Africa on a job thing. Before he left,
Job sent them to Africa.
yeah,
Yo, that's
like
crazy.
he worked in the
yo.
government. He did. It was some shit, but he was
If
over
I
there
was
for
send
a
me Africa, I'm
while.
out, yo. I ain't gonna
He
hold
was
you.
over there
I'll
for a
go there.
while, and I bought him like a whole care package. Like I bought him the
It's clutch. Niggas need care package.
because you know how the plugs aren't the same in like Europe, Africa. So I bought him like the universal box so he
Girls
could
so
charge
thoughtful,
wherever.
dog. They just so-
I bought him like his favorite stuff that they don't sell over there, like snacks and stuff. Like it's. I mean, women will do. Here's the thing: women,
Break it down.
we multiply. So like you buy us a house, we make it into a home. You buy us food, groceries, we make a meal. You put a seed in us, we make a whole person. Like we are mirrors of who you are. Unless you're just a terrible ass bitch. A terrible person in general.
No, those people
Yeah,
They exist.
terrible,
Yeah, they
terrible
exist.
women.
They just
right.
hide.
Terrible
They
people
mask.
Terrible-
It's
yeah.
a mask of them.
Terrible
people
people
exist,
exist. You do
regardless
because
of gender.
sometimes I be like, and what I always say is, there's not one sane woman on this earth
It's not.
that will fuck up a good relationship with somebody. If you see a woman and she's a good woman, she's highly intelligent, all that, and her relationship ends, it's 9 times out of 10 because the man wasn't living up to
the
what he
potential.
was supposed to do.
Yeah, to the
Women
potential.
are highly intuitive, all that stuff. So it's like, but this is why I say don't date down. I always stress to women, do not date down because
that's
it's
fucked
just
up.
like with friends.
Yeah.
It's okay to associate, because you do have people where it would be fucked up of me to be like, oh, well, I reached this level.
Your circle got to be different though.
It has to be different.
Circle got to be
and
different.
the access to you has to
Yeah.
be different as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
So I say this, and this is something that I live true to. I am big on systems right
Yeah,
now.
that's
So my
crazy.
mentor, she's like 54, 50, 53, 54.
Shout out to her.
Shout out to Tisa Rags Bridal Wear
T.
in
Rags.
Houston. She's very good. Master
Out of town,
tailor and
baby.
seamstress, okay, self-taught. But my mentor, she just teaches me so much. Systems are important, right? And so when you have your systems in play, whatever doesn't work for that system, you just don't fuck with it,
Yeah.
right? So when it comes to dealing with people and relationships and all of that shit, it's like, here's my system. Does your system work with mine? And if it doesn't, I'm not fucking with it. That's just how I am, right?
facts.
And so it comes with elevating, right?
Yeah.
Dating down or dating up. When you're at this level and you just came from this level, it's not to say that you're shitting on people that are still at this level. What it is
You don't
I'm
want
not
low
going to
quality.
reach my hand. It's just like the story of Lot. I always go back into the biblical shit, but the story of Lot where it says, don't look, if your wife looks back, she's going to turn into salt.
Yeah.
Right? She looked back because she was focusing on old shit and she fucking turned into salt. For me, as I elevate my system, I have a friend, right? And she's very intelligent, right? And she's striving to elevate. But her environment is not really
It's not
what she needs, right?
It's not conducive.
Not
Jones
conducive.
voice.
And I use that word all the time. So I told her, she's like, I can't wait till you come home, you move back up here, da-da-da-da. I'm like, yeah, sure. You can come to Raisa's studio.
Yeah.
You can come into my system.
Yeah.
I'm not coming in your environment.
You can change it. You can
That's
change.
how
I've already
you.
seen how that.
You can change your
That's
environment.
how you.
She needed to change the scenery. Yeah.
Yes, that's
She
how
has
you
to change the scenery.
maneuver elevating. That's why you don't date down, because I'm not reaching back and coming into your environment.
What I talk about all
If
the
you
time,
want to be better, and I am in a place that I've elevated beyond you, you come and fuck with me.
Didi, I'll tell
You
everybody.
come
here-
into my environment.
That's why I tell niggas on the
Period.
podcast. Niggas thought I wasn't spitting when I said this shit about dating within your realm is a real thing.
You
I
have
say
to.
that all the I say that all
You
the time.
have to.
So I got another cancer.
Yeah.
Because I be saying shit, y'all don't be connected. I say,
Why
yo,
would you
so
go
date within
down?
your
The
realm.
conversation we were having, right? And the one he's talking about is he was talking about his was strictly like a financial situation, and I don't necessarily think like
For men, I think it's different.
Did hold on.
It is. Men can date down.
Quick 10 seconds synopsis.
Because we horny, that's it.
We going to the movies.
I only date down because I'm horny. I swear to God.
Met this girl.
I'm
We
just
going
horny.
to the movies. We all right. We pull up the first time she said she want to go to movies for whatever. I was cool with that.
Okay.
And it's funny because now that I think she tried to go to the movies because she knew like, all right, like let's just, I don't want to do nothing crazy expensive.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, we go to iPick, we whatever. I pull up my little car. Boom. She pull up.
He got intimidated.
Brand new, I don't even know what Benz it is, dog. It's some
With the-
new
with the
shit.
Batman
some wild
segment.
new
So
shit.
she was
See,
waiting down.
When she opened the door, the junk was on the floor. You could see the Mercedes
fucked him up.
emblem.
Yeah.
She stepped out, and all I could see was the Louis V boot. Shit was cracked.
Yeah.
Like Louis V
Yeah.
boot cracked. But like, I didn't even realize how I get on her. I thought she just had a regular sweatsuit on.
Yeah.
When she got up on
had
her,
that shit on.
you see the LV print
that
this
shit on.
way.
Yeah.
She had the big LV bag.
Elevation.
I can't do nothing for this woman. I'm telling you right now, I'm cool. You got it. And then we had a great time at the date. I told him after the date, I never like really, and she was fucking with me, but I never really like
Never pursued it.
pursued it
He
because
never
I'm like, she's at the time I was in, she was in a different bracket.
You guys
and
are
I-
giving me so much perspective.
and I'm
I
not gonna
love
waste.
this.
I'm not gonna
I
waste
love
her
it.
time because I see.
Yeah, we grow up,
But
bro.
you're smart though. A
Yeah,
lot
K-Man
of-
would have been like,
a lot
yeah, I
of
want to
men
be like, I'm
would
not gonna waste her
her
time. Yeah, I'm not gonna waste her time.
And then turn around and ask her for shit.
yeah,
That's crazy.
I was like, I can't
That's
do nothing
nuts,
for this
bro.
woman.
Okay.
That's wild. That's wild.
That's how.
I be at my
that's what's
brokest.
going on out
That's
here.
a.
But what I was saying in that
that's
conversation
sad.
is, you don't know what she wants from you.
Yeah, she don't.
Because advertising,
Right, like,
she probably just want
see,
company.
That's her lifestyle, and it could
No,
be, right?
no.
Tell me I'm wrong. Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna tell you.
It's not company.
She
Yeah,
is. So the thing is, she may be in a space of, because she is so. First of all, people can have on Louis Vuitton and all that shit
And be broke.
scammers and be broke. So that's neither here nor there.
Could be fake
Let's
Louis,
make sure
too.
that she was
Facts.
actually
The
financially
Mercedes symbol
stable.
was on the ground though.
Yeah.
She opened the car.
Doesn't
But
matter.
you're right. You're right.
I
you're
got.
right.
I know people that have
Nah,
CPN
you're right, you're right, you're
numbers.
right.
They make profiles of things.
Nah, you're right,
They
you're
can.
right,
You
you're
can
right.
get.
Mhm.
It's a lot of shit that you can get out here,
Yes,
right?
you
So
can.
let's make sure. Let's say we're speaking from a perspective of she
Everything
is
is authentic.
financially
Yeah.
stable and everything is what it is.
Cool.
She herself has low self-esteem. To go out and be in a situation with a man that can't match what she got going on, it's not going to work.
Didi said she had low self-esteem going on a date with
I'm
him.
telling you. Is she no. Is she no? Because listen, I'm gonna tell you.
Hey Roy,
said you was
she
a
wild
pleasant-
people going on a date with.
She wild
should've
even
had a
like give
date.
you some.
We should
just like talking to you.
We should
You're
have had a
pleasant.
combo.
You're
like,
pleasant.
like, bitch, are you straight? You
girl,
going out
where
with
you
John?
going?
Nigga, you
You with John? Yeah, what the fuck? She was like, John's
I
a
wasn't
pleasant.
saying it.
Go
No.
ahead, bro.
No, I wasn't.
Well, we go ahead, D.
Go ahead, D.
No,
Cook.
no,
I
Go ahead,
wasn't
Cook,
saying
D.
it like
Go
that.
ahead. We just felt that like that.
You know what John? You had the Louis with the Mercedes? You crazy?
Why would you call a Rory? Yeah, what?
I'm saying.
Algae food like you
You're
want
saying that you can't do nothing for her. So with that being said, I think that,
I didn't tell her that though. I just knew with that date this was gonna be our last
but
date.
she knew that.
Nah, that's not my last date.
Subconsciously.
I'm pursuing
I'm
her.
gonna tell you.
Even though I'm fucked up.
It doesn't
To
matter.
fake the funk.
Let me tell you something.
Go ahead.
People bleed. As much as you think you're hiding who you are, you bleed out who you are.
Can't have that.
So
Can't match
I mean,
it. Can't match
from your
man.
self-esteem to the things that you put up with, all of that stuff, and it's very much like she should have been in a situation where it's just a certain caliber of men that you're dating. If you felt like you couldn't do nothing with her, she knew that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel
It's not a secret.
Yeah, I feel you.
Exactly.
It's not a secret. So it's like it goes into reaching back. You don't reach back. There's nothing wrong with y'all having a friendship or whatever the case may be. You could even be a man that maybe she does want in her life because you do have other things that you can offer.
That's the perspective
But-
I was coming from.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you
And I
may
agree
be
with
able
that
to
too.
offer.
Money, if it's a man, all you have to do is money. You fucked up as a person.
Exactly.
That's my point.
And I agree with that.
Oh
I agree
yeah,
with
my
that.
ex-husband.
I
All
agree
my
with
ex-husband has his money. He's a terrible person. He has no type of. Let me tell you something.
Kendrick voice.
Your net, no, seriously, your net worth, net worth is based on your network.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, it's so again, it goes back to me being able to get the buddy passes. It goes back to I just went on a cruise with somebody and they didn't have a passport, and you could use your birth certificate, right? So on the cruise, we're all getting on. he leaves. He didn't have his birth certificate. We done flown down to Orlando.
Oh, he waste time.
Everybody, and it's like 40 of his family members, right? This is like a big reunion thing for him for his birthday, all that stuff.
His birthday?
For his birthday.
For his 40th birthday. And he does not have his birth certificate or anything. So
That's crazy at 40, but go ahead.
you want to know what happens? If I had a bunch of money, it wouldn't matter, because who would I be able to reach out to fix this?
Right.
Yeah,
Whereas my network, I know a lot of fucking people.
yeah.
I called my friend Dama. Shout out to Dama, my old model for Eyes Like Pearls. She does, stuff. And we ended up getting a birth certificate, and we did some edits, and we sent it.
Here we go.
I was like, listen,
Here we go.
let me tell you something. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
You know, that's why I'm like, it's alleged.
Allegedly, this
She
happened.
said that, but it's all alleged.
Yeah. But my whole thing was, we're getting on this boat, and I know too many people
For this not to
for
happen.
this not to happen.
yeah.
I do graphics and photo and all, you know what I'm saying? So it's like the people that I'm around,
Facts.
I was like, girl, and it needs to be ASAP. She was like, all right, we were both stressed. She was like, what type of font? I was like, bitch, look, I don't give a fuck. Times New Roman.
Times New Roman.
Shout out to time. Shout out to time. Hey, before they change the Calibri, whatever that shit is. Shout out to Times New, man.
Shout out to the Times
Stick to
New
the basics.
Roman,
Stick to the
okay?
basics.
Just
Times New,
put,
man.
listen, and we was on the boat. So it's like your network,
That's tough, y'all.
you know, so money is...
First of all,
What Bob
it's
Marley
relative,
say?
first of all.
Bob Marley says, I met a man so poor that all he had was money.
That's it.
That is my ex-husband. It's sad. And I don't even know if he,
I never heard that, but
It be
that's
ass.
real
I don't
sad.
even know if it's
That's tough.
liquid.
Yeah, this is my thing, right? This is my thing is like, in the times we living in today, right? And I feel like we wrestled with this a long time. Women make more money than men.
For sure.
That's
Now.
what I'm saying. The times
At least
we
in this
live
area. At least in the
The
DMV.
times
I
we
can't speak
live
for
in- the times we live in,
100%
if you're in a
DMV.
major city, that's probably what it is, right? For
sure.
So if that's the case, as a man, you have to have more to you than just money.
Exactly.
Because she probably got more than you. So like you have to be a tolerable human being.
You do.
You have to be a decent
do.
person.
You
You have
do.
to have morals. You have to have a personality. You have to have all the things that money can't buy.
Exactly.
That's the
personality.
thing that niggas struggle
That
with.
is the catch.
So that's what I'm saying. Like with the girl that he was talking about.
That's
if he
okay.
had everything else.
So I get what
Yeah,
you're
get me back in the game, man. Because they said she shouldn't even been on a date with you,
Well,
nigga.
that's what I'm
That's
saying.
not
She
what
on a date with you, nigga.
No,
No, I'm joking,
that's
joking,
not-
joking.
Okay, so
So
again,
that was my perspective on it.
okay, so no, you're right, because that's where I was going when I was like, you may have something that but you would be a man who, like for me, right? I'm building my roster back up.
Talk to talk.
It is cuffing season again.
It's getting
Get a little
cold.
chilly out.
It's
Get a
getting
little
cold
chilly out here.
outside.
Talk to him.
It's getting cold outside.
You know, I got like maybe one or two people that I kind of
little slight.
you know, just a little sprinkle.
Little sprinkle here and
You
there. A little
know,
soiree every now and then.
And they're useful. You know, you can't be in my life because I am a useful person. You come into, anything that I touch is going to turn into something amazing, right? I am too blessed to not share that energy or blessings with people around me. Right. So like if I don't deal with men, the moment that you ask me, what do you bring to the table? Nothing. Get the fuck out of my face. Your table should already be built because mine is built. Don't ask me what I bring to the table. We can put our tables together and make a longer table like at the restaurants where they'd be like, okay, it's a party of da-da-da-da. We can put it together and make space for more, but don't ever fucking ask a woman like me, especially if you're pursuing me, knowing, like y'all said in the beginning, how open I am and how much I share. Nigga, you've literally lost your mind if you would ever in your life ask a woman that is ambitious on her way to doing shit, what the fuck do you bring to the table?
Caveman shit. It's the caveman we talking about.
Caveman shit.
Caveman shit. And some of them think they're
Women-
intelligent. Like the niggas on the Fresh and Fit podcast. These niggas think they on the whole.
They not
y'all
even
niggas
around no
is
more.
Y'all niggas is.
Them niggas not even around no
Y'all
more.
niggas is
I
like.
don't even know what that is.
Yeah, they not even around no
They-
more.
they-
Why would you give them some
they-
promo?
Make the
Nah, 'cause
mics
they-
$4,000. Nobody would have podcasts.
Yeah,
Only a
exactly.
select few.
Exactly.
It's a lot of people
Niggas
that
need LCCs.
so many people just talk about bullshit, and I just be like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? Nobody. It's a lot of
And
people
y'all
that
post
don't.
them too. And that should be blowing me, bro. I'm
No
like, we
emotional
right here.
intelligence.
No, nothing.
It's nothing going on. No morals, no
morals.
understanding of what it really takes to even be in a relationship. That's why I'm not in a relationship right now, because it's like people think that it's supposed to be just rainbows and butterflies, and it's like,
I always go back to Michelle saying me and Obama hated each other for 10 years.
That's tough.
Like that's my stigma. That's on a bulletin board for everybody that wants marriage and like. And stick that
are you
on
ready
the
for
joint.
this?
I say
That's
that.
it. Like that's
no,
on the
I
bulletin
say that
board of
literally.
joint. Like,
and listen, just to say stuff like, I was trying to get to the bottom of something, and the person was like, I don't want to talk about this anymore. This doesn't make me happy. Does this make you happy? I'm like, you sound like my son. My son is 4. You sound like my kid. Nigga, do you think I'm happy to even have to talk about this? The point is to get to the bottom of what is going on. I am highly intelligent, right? Emotionally. Right? So it's like, when you deal with, and the only way that you can become emotionally intelligent is if you focus on yourself. It's a becoming master of self. That's the only fucking way. And so like really getting back into systems, right? The system that I have created for myself is so important to me that there's not any amount of money, any amount of charisma, any inches of anything that can like change my mind of, you know what I mean? Like a lot of women step outside of what they have created for themselves, and they alter themselves because that naturally that's what we do. We alter our bodies when we get pregnant. We grow a belly. We change everything. We change our last name. We leave our houses and we go into your environment and And it's like, it in 2024, women aren't trying to do that because we've done that, and our foremothers have done that, and our foremothers are sitting here telling us not to. They're giving us the experience. Like, no, put yourself first, do X, Y, and Z. And now, like you said, you have to come with more than money, and men can't handle that because a lot of men do not evolve. We have gone from not being able to have jobs and being housewives and not being able to have our own bank accounts to a woman running for president. In a short amount of time, though. When my mother was born, my mom could not have her own bank account unless her husband said so. Okay? This isn't my grandmother or my great-grand. This is my mother. Right? So it's like you come across a woman like me who is very headstrong, intelligent. Then I'm educated. We're from D.C., right? We're very educated people here. So it's like, you're really not going to be able to pull the wool over my eyes, especially because I've lived such a profound
DC's a special place in that way.
It
is. It is. You know the difference between DC and a lot of evidence.
Sorry.
DC, Houston, Atlanta, cool, you got them. But like, you got people. The difference between those places.
I'm about to go get her real quick.
When you just see all black people, you see them in poverty.
Literally.
I
You know what I'm saying?
No,
when that many people are grinding around, you see them in poverty.
Cleveland,
and if when
all
you see,
these other places.
Yeah, and when you go to Mississippi and other places, but with DC, it's like, dog, like, we're not dumb, right? Like, because if you got all the players, if you got all the black, like, no disrespect, I just use this state as a state, like Mississippi. You might have 30 black people, but you might have 100 black people, but it's like, what are they used to? What's their experiences? Yeah. You might not know them. DMV, y'all hear that's
Crazy.
real sisterhood
Yeah, that's
going
real
on.
sisterhood.
But it's like with the DMV, it's like, bro, we know something. Like, you're not gonna pull like, even think of it like a dumb nigga you know, or just like around the way nigga. He probably more hip than a lot of niggas in the South or something, like just being like.
I don't want to stick it straight to specifically to the South. It depends on what area.
People in the South still getting to it.
Yeah, I don't mean it.
There's people still getting to it.
You know what I'm saying? Different places where
People getting to it.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Where people are one way or
Get
another.
a chair,
You
John.
can grab a chair. You can grab a chair out the door.
You got to grab a chair.
She about to grab.
Y'all grab this.
Got you.
Them are big chairs.
All right. Grab a chair.
Look, the 5 feminine.
For me. Go get the chair.
Go get it, nigga. What you talking about? I'm not getting nothing.
Not lifting a finger when I'm around men. Oh, that one. Okay, I could have got that. All I saw was the big chair. I'm sorry.
Oh, you fine. You good. You good.
So yeah, like I feel like the privilege that come with living in one of these areas, right? Like the Houston, the Atlanta, the DC. It ain't that many of them. Like, it ain't that many of these areas where you could like see black people doing well, like at this magnitude. Like it's a norm here.
No, it is. It is. And I'm
Everywhere
gonna
else
tell
he goes,
you.
going to poverty.
I'm gonna tell
Every
you.
state outside of 4 he just mentioned, it's going to be poverty when you see black people gathered. Like,
Let me tell you, he ain't lying. Cause let me tell you, where the fuck I was teaching at in Houston, Forest Brook Middle School, Hempstead and Tidwell, or whatever the hell it's called. Very, very, very ghetto.
Yep.
Poverty.
Super.
But it's
Fourth
not
Ward,
like,
all that.
and I have a homegirl, Marissa. She's born and raised in Houston, right? I met her through the school thing, Dyad. And I always tell her the difference between like Houston and DC poverty is niggas in poverty is right across the street from the White House.
Yeah.
And they'll still make it down to Miami for bike week. Somehow. In Houston,
Nigga, what?
you cooking?
they don't see nothing for 30 minutes, 30 miles. It's all poverty. They're not in close proximity to see the opposite side and say, okay, I can probably try to aspire to that. They don't see that. So like it's just poverty. Like when I taught at Forest Brook, it went from like where I live, which is like I guess you can compare to like the Bowie or the Largo area. That's where I live in Houston. Versus me driving to Forest Brook, we can't even compare it because there's nowhere here like that. It's for 30 minutes
And it's
just
just
driving.
straight
I'm
poverty.
talking about like gas stations, laundromats, and
Liquor stores.
fast food and liquor stores.
for sure.
For the first week of school, I didn't eat lunch because it's like I don't eat this stuff, right? So it's like I don't. It's just the dichotomy between DC. Black people and black people everywhere else, like you said. We have a certain privilege here. I didn't realize it until I got into my marriage, my relationship, and
Keep your fingers.
I
Keep
know.
your fingers. Calm down. Come on.
And I was
Breathe, goddamn it. Breathe.
Keep your fingers in order. Man.
Breathe, goddamn it.
But no,
We gotta fight.
seriously.
We got one more round. Breathe.
I know. But
Breathe.
no, it was me being around those other Israelite people and just seeing the people who could even come into that type of lifestyle. It was like, okay, I see why. Like my ex-husband used to always be like, you need to watch what you put on the internet and da-da-da-da because the people in the women in the Israelite community look up to you and da-da-da-da. I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, but when you really understand,
Yeah, they really do. They understand
black
that.
people outside of DC are in poverty.
Yeah, that's
These are people that come from like Kansas City,
Yeah.
Ohio, the Midwest. They're like,
Listen,
they've never seen the
It's
stuff
Houston,
that we get.
It's Houston, Atlanta, DC.
Yeah.
Outside of those 3 cities,
Yes.
New York
when
too.
you see
New York too.
Yeah, in the
Yeah.
pocket, but
And no.
and you know why that's
In
not
Los
true.
Angeles.
You know what?
Los Angeles.
You know why New York?
Yeah,
You know why New York
yeah,
isn't
Los
true?
Angeles.
You know,
The Black
you know why
Beverly
New York
Hills.
isn't true? Because they still be in poverty, but don't be in poverty. You dig? Like we was at the park when we was in the Bronx. We was in the Bronx. We had to like a lot of niggas still in poverty. Don't get it confused when you see the Gucci shirts and
We
the
are
bitches.
too. What did I just say? Search some quarters is around the corner.
No, 100%. But them niggas is like we was talking about how like, cause in New York it's cool to be, and I fuck with them for that for some weird reason. Like it's cool to be. You can still be in your project. You can still be in your whatever, and you will see the fly cars and the fly clothes. But like even in that park we was at, cause we went to the Bronx like put up on some of my homies. You know some of them too. That's crazy. But Fresh was there.
Oh, okay.
You know Fresh.
Yeah.
You know Fresh in a wheelchair now.
Yeah.
He got hit up on. Anyway, but yeah. My bad.
Wow.
Sorry.
God
We
damn,
recorded.
bro.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We recorded. But
We could just block it out.
yeah, we could block it out. We will talk about that. Like, but like we in the Bronx with some of our homies, and like it's like we still a project. But like if you did some shit where you whitewash the whole background and just look at what people had on, you would think you in like some shit where like, oh, these niggas getting money, but like at the end of the day. And it's no disrespect, like it's
But
just
that's
like real.
because-
And it's, when you
That's
put it
black
like
people.
they
That's
still.
black
But
they
that, I was
still
about to
going
say
back
that's
the pro- they
because
still
we
going back to the
equate
project.
getting
black
money
people.
with
Yeah.
labels
That's black
when
people.
really getting money is my son at 4 years old having a E-Trade account and a trust fund.
Yeah.
That's really what it's about.
Nah, 100%.
You know what I'm saying? So you can see
That shit
people.
is sad, bro.
Yeah, you can go
But
to
other
fucking
than those,
Goodwill
other
and
than them
get
states I named, like if you
Jet
see black,
Rag
if you
in
see,
LA.
yeah, facts.
has I bought a Christian Dior fur for $1 at Jet Rag.
Yep.
So it doesn't, you know, that shit don't really matter. It's really
But every other places when you, this is the one place when you see every other places outside of them 4 states. When you see black people gather together in it's usually poverty.
Yeah, it
it's
is.
not
Yeah.
gonna be like
Yeah.
influential or people that's really flourishing or that's a privilege we have that other people don't have.
100%.
Also living so close to the money, I think would make anybody
this is good.
Want to like because if we grew up and we just seen 30 miles of poverty, we might not have a sight line.
Right.
But because we grew up here and we so close to the money and people that's really getting it's like, dog, I'm going to be that.
I say that. They're in close proximity
to. If you can't see it, you can't be it.
Exactly.
Right? So the fact that you can see it, it's kind of like, oh, this is accessible to me. I can do this.
And all those kids see.
I know people that's making money. I know people that's living a life. I can do this.
Exactly. Which is why, but that's why teaching is so important because like when I was down there, like I remember I had this one student, her name was Journey, and she, I love that name, but she was very hard background. Like her mom, it was crazy, but she just was so poised and like always smiling, happy. You know what I'm saying? Like she was really like a good student, and she will always say like, Miss Smoot, your class is my favorite class, and da 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 da. But she will always ask me like, you shop at Whole Foods, don't you? She was like, you go to Trader Joe's, don't you?
I get knocked for shopping at Whole Foods. Like, I get knocked for that. Like, oh, you bougie. Like, shut the fuck up. They got the best produce.
But
that's what they got to do. They got the best produce, bro. That's it. That's all.
And I was like, I actually do shop at those places.
I do.
Like, and you can
That at Wegmans is only too. I shop at them at Wegmans.
But like none of those places were around there. Right. Like on my lunch break, I tried to find like a grocery store or something. They don't exist.
Food deserts.
Yes, they don't exist in those places.
Food deserts.
No, not even an Aldi. Not even Aldi's. It was like, I think Fiesta.
Fiesta, yeah.
They
got Buc-ee's. They got Buc-ee's.
Go what?
Murray's?
No, they don't have no Murray's.
Murray's gone.
I think that was only here.
That was only here.
Nah, they got chicken patties here.
Salute to Murray's.
Yeah, it was Universal. It was here. It was here. Murray's was always here.
Yeah, it's the.
They got like gas stations like Buc-ee's and shit like that.
Right, and then that has the food.
Right.
So it's like fried chicken at the gas station.
Yeah.
And it's just like I'm not eating any of this. So it's like I just.
Shit is a food desert. Bro.
Yeah, it is, and it's sad because it's like the dichotomy between being from here and being down there and being around black people. Even Houston, you named Houston, but Houston is a up and coming.
The city's undeveloped like a motherfucker.
Oh,
like you'll go someplace and there's just construction's going in.
That's crazy.
I didn't have power for 5 days.
Like a motherfucker. Like
Houston's infrastructure is bad. That's why I want to move back home.
It's bad.
But you know, it is what it is. No, me and Kami have talked like on DMs and stuff and like support. And then it's funny because like we have a lot of mutuals. This guy that I was like kind of hanging out with, he was like, oh yeah, I know them and da da da. So we're intertwined. I know we have not seen each other. You know what's funny?
You and Kami are like in my top tier of women. Like when I say like women, like
same.
I put you like Kami the big homie though.
Yeah,
niggas like if Kami called me,
Ola, like Kami.
If Kami sit there and tell me something like, cause Kami be quick to call me and be like, hey John, you need to tighten up on this, and this. Like a nigga could tell me that, Kami telling me that's a whole different conversation. It's like all right, I'm locked in. Like I hear what you're saying. Yeah. Like it like I don't know. It just
Kami is she's cool.
But you're in the tier with.
Yeah,
I got a tier of women like you and Kami are in that top tier of women.
Oh, well, thank you.
For sure.
Like,
for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Thanks. That's why I was like, I gotta.
She's gonna hear this too, cause she's gonna listen to this.
Of course. Hey, Kami girl, we need to get together when I get back to Houston, girl.
I'll make that happen. I'm very disappointed in that.
I know.
I'm kind of mad y'all both down there. That's insane.
I know, but I'm a mom, so it's like
she be
mom
bombing.
life
She
all
be
the time,
momming.
and she's probably just out.
I mean, she's a mom that's not a mom. Like she has that mom energy though. But also though, y'all, you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
You know what I'm saying? You know.
I know exactly what you're saying.
Hold on, don't take that as no slight.
Yeah,
because I know you're listening to this because you're gonna listen to this.
Yeah, but when you have a physical child, and
she be
really
momming. I be loving them stories. I be like, bro, she be in the house with my man.
But listen, there's no
doing everything, but trying to figure shit out. Like
you and Kami should have been down there this long with no connection. That's unexcusable. Like,
you hear that? Kami is terrible. I'm gonna have her. You know who else lives there? Amber. Y'all remember Amber from high school from Chicago?
From St. Louis?
Yeah.
Chicago.
She's. I saw her. I ran into her. She was bartending at the bar right by my house.
Definitely does.
And I went in there, and she had told me she was working there. But yeah, she was supposed to come over last week. I was gonna do dinner and stuff, but I got sick. My son lost my damn wallet and all that shit. So we had to reschedule. But when I go back, we're gonna definitely link. She lives in Katy. She lives in Katy.
A word?
It's kind of close. It's closer to me than I think Kami is. So yeah, it's a couple of people. And then my folks, Malcolm from, I don't know if y'all know him, but he's from here. He went to Largo. I don't think y'all know him. But yeah, this is like best friend, like 14 years old. We've been friends since then, and he
When we did the SoundCloud,
there, so.
you know what our number 1 audience was?
What?
Houston.
See?
It's kind of crazy, bro.
Kind of crazy.
I love that place, man.
See?
I know you trying to move back and all that.
It's just too hot. I can't get my looks off down
You
there.
need some fall. You need a different. You need
I
season.
need, I
need some
just
coats.
ordered this coat from
You're not wearing that down there.
Penny Lane.
You're not wearing that down there. You're never gonna get that off.
No, seriously. Matter of fact, where's the camera? I'm gonna show you.
Hold on,
how
we went there late. We went there late in the year for like I think because Eddie birthday is late in the year. We went there late in the
August.
year.
Let me
Mind
tell you
you,
something.
they kept saying it was 50 degrees down there. When you check the weather, it's 50 degrees.
Big ass
I didn't have to put on a coat, a hoodie. I said, nah, this 50 is different from our 50.
It
Our 50 is
is.
cold. This 50
Way
is like
different.
this is
It
manageable,
is.
bro. Like
It is.
I didn't put on nothing.
It is. So this is the coat that I just ordered.
Oh, you never.
That's
get it.
fire.
You know where I'm
You're never
wearing
gonna
this
get that
at?
off.
That is
London.
fire.
Like, you're
I'm about
never
to
gonna
say.
get that off.
When
London,
I,
you can get
when I
some.
go to London next month, because
Yeah,
I'm
but I
going
said
at
you're
the end of
never gonna get it off in
October.
Houston, bro.
Exactly.
I want to cheat on one like
I'm going
that.
to
That's
be
fire.
fucking.
Have you been to London before?
I have been. So yes and no. I went to Paris, and then for like a couple of hours, London. But just
so
I didn't get to experience
I don't know
it.
if you know this. I was born in London. Right?
Okay.
My man's a
Don't,
bro.
don't like
He's
it.
a bro.
He's a
He's
bro.
a bro.
I don't want to go back. I don't have. I got no interest in going back.
Rough.
I would never live there again.
Really?
This is lit,
No,
boy.
it's not.
All my favorite girls is in London.
But see,
That's
you
lit,
gotta
nigga.
think. So we're only going. So I'm
You
taking.
can't talk bruv. That's why.
My
My brother's gone.
His
Time to
brother's
get him on
PG.
Google
His brother's Mo. Your brother's Mo and
Brother's
Slim.
gone.
man's them.
Mine's them.
Yeah, the
Man's
man
them now.
don't fuck with me no more.
But y'all know I love London rappers. I've been on London rappers since like 2016.
They are.
Like Hetty one.
told niggas
I
Hetty
love
one,
Hetty.
yeah.
All that.
Kinda
So
know what
like,
you talking about, man.
oh, I love. Listen,
Yeah.
I love Hetty one. Okay, he's a little young, but I like him.
It's the accent, because they be saying some shit.
For
bro.
sure.
They do.
Like even when,
Have y'all heard-
Hold on, when Giz got on the Drake joint, when the nigga said, this is my favorite line ever.
Which one?
When
You
the
talk-
nigga said, he said, I could have just slapped man, but he wanted it further. he said, just like Batman. Da-da-da-da. I said, y'all niggas crazy. These niggas spitting, bro.
No,
And
they
it's so
do.
different. They
Listen.
do
Yeah,
some
they
different
gangsters
shit.
for real.
They spitting though.
But have
London
y'all?
niggas are
So have
gangsters.
y'all heard the
Yeah.
freestyle with Drake and Hetty one?
No.
Nah, we don't want
Oh, the
that.
joint that off the
Yeah,
radar, not the off the radar.
Off the radar?
The joint, there was a Tim Westwood joint, and
It's
they
an
did
actual-
It's the off the
No,
radar?
No,
It's
it's on his.
actual.
It's on his album on
Okay,
Edna.
yeah.
What does it say? He's like It's one where he talk about Maya Jama
No, I
in
know
it.
exactly what you're talking
Okay, bet.
Yeah, I know
Yeah,
exactly what you're
it's
talking
fucking fire. But
Nah,
you know
yeah,
Drake can. He's Jamaican. He's London.
Can we talk about? All right, so I'm just gonna say
We're
this.
not-
We're
we're
not gonna
not
talk
about to
about it.
talk- oh my
I'm gonna say
God,
this in
we
one
about to
lyric.
leave, bro.
That is the culture in Toronto. They all talk like
Keep
that.
telling
They all-
niggas that.
But it makes sense when you got Caribbean parents because if you're
Drake
from,
don't have no Caribbean.
No,
parents?
I'm not saying me and Roy. We from the West
Oh.
Indies, so like if you know the triangle.
Yeah.
Everybody that's
Yeah.
involved in the Caribbean,
Yeah.
they've been to 3 places.
Miami,
They've been to
Miami,
New York,
and New York.
they've been to Canada,
and
they've been to
Toronto.
London,
Yes.
and
Yep.
so
And
it's a trinity
Yeah.
that just so
That's
it's
for
like
sure.
Yeah.
when Toronto niggas talk, it's not surprising to me
Got
because
you.
I get it. Like that's all of our mothers
But I
have made
think
that
that
trip.
what it
like,
is Drake isn't really immersed in it. He was just around it and he's adopted it because Drake's father is not Caribbean and neither is his
Memphis,
mother.
yeah.
His mother's white and his father's
So like the nigga like
You know what I'm
what's my
saying?
man named Preston would probably be. He's a nigga that's immersed. He's
Yeah.
from it like the
Yeah.
nigga Preston or
Yeah.
like over there. But we don't gotta get a conversation.
Yeah,
Yeah, we can go in there.
So look when you take a step back from your own like journey to this point, right? What do you think was like the most important like stop in your journey?
That's a good question, dog. It's a good ass question.
Getting married.
question, boy.
getting married and being because like before I got married and had my son, I had never been pregnant ever in my life. Like I've never.
Me neither.
Me either. Me either. Nah.
Okay.
They go there laugh.
Nah, for real.
That's
Cleaning these streets.
But no, like seriously, never like had to face like, should I keep it? Should I not? I was in a very like I planned my son right? 6 months before I had him, I stopped drinking, smoking. I started, it's a book called What to Expect Before Expecting. I read that book. I got, mentally prepared. So like being in that situation, I think really changed my mindset. It was a lot of discipline that went into that. And so just looking back, all of everything that I went through, from meeting him to changing to like going from being insufferable, talking about this shit all the time, to bringing it back in.
You was hurrying topping it. You was hurrying topping. Go ahead. Yes.
I was very.
When she had the joint, I was like, "Yo, this is not the same person."
Turban, hair wrap.
This is not the same.
All right, fuck it. Now we got
Hair
this.
wrap,
Now you
no
go.
makeup.
I said, "Dog, what happened to my dog?"
No,
I got scared.
Diddy.
I thought it was a clone.
We've been talking about it on
We
and
was
off.
chilling. We was on the fringe. Now we gotta get here.
Yeah, we gotta get
Okay.
there. Before we go,
This is gonna be the last chapter.
Okay, go
Because I know
ahead.
this camera's gonna cut over some point. Let's get
But
to
yes,
Israelite.
that was the main.
But yeah.
That I had to go through that because it taught me resilience. It taught me, I learned a lot of life skills in that time period too. Like I didn't know how to naturally dye clothes the way that I did with my whole clothing line when I came out with Land of Goshen, when we did British Vogue and all that stuff. Like I didn't know how to do any of the natural stuff. So it was like, I think that basically if you can see something, then it's going to come into fruition. I've always seen myself living off grid and growing food before. Yeah, what?
That's dope.
My main thing was like,
we've had combos.
yeah. I've always like, my main thing was to live in Malibu on like land, have a vineyard, growing food, all of that. So when
And I used to tell her, who the fuck is gonna let you live in Malibu? What's that, a $5 million property?
No, seriously, but it's doable.
It is out
So
there.
when I met him and he was talking about it,
kinda like,
it was like, oh, this is divine intervention. Like it wasn't like he had to convince me.
Right.
You know what I mean? I've always been as a Cancer person, like he said, he wants to be married. He wants to be in the house with his wife. We're very homebodies. We want to be,
I want to bring the party to me.
Exactly.
Like,
So it's
you bring
like,
your
it
wives,
could be
you bring your
wherever.
children.
You know what I mean? But I'm very immersed in like natural shit too. I've always been against the system and the status quo, even in high school, right? So like, it just made sense for me to do that. And once I got into the experience, it just taught me so much about relationships. Teach you about yourself.
Yep.
If you are very intuitive, it's going to teach you about yourself and the type of person that you are. And so for me, it just showed me how I am so relaxed in nature. All of this hustle and bustle shit, I be,
It's not natural.
listen,
It's
I be
not,
in the
man.
car like, motherfucker. My son be rolling down the window. He be like, go, lady. I'm like, look, we got to calm down because I'm cursing people out. My son listening to me curse. Like, it's so much hustle and bustle. I like the slow life. That's why I feel so blessed to be able to be in the situation I'm in, to live a slow life. Because, like, going off grid was such a pivotal moment for me, and it really did shape who I am today in the duality of everything. You know, I can absolutely slay a chicken, but if you put me in the city, I'm going to be able to be in the city as well.
Diddy said some real shit too.
You know what I'm saying?
That's tough.
What'd I say?
Oh, shit. That's the off-camera
That's
conversation.
tough.
What'd I say?
That's tough.
When you said like I've had to like cut
Change that
heads
me up.
off
Sorry.
of innocent
Oh, yeah.
chickens, so I won't hesitate to that.
Put a bullet in
That's
them.
all. That's off.
Let me
I
say
want you to say it again.
That's a bar. That's a Keyguard block.
I don't want you to say it again.
That's a
That's
Keyguard
an
block.
off-camera
I'm
conversation.
gonna
Y'all listen to Keyguard. That's a Keyguard block.
Reiterate it
Yeah, I'm
because
just
I have a
off-camera
temporary
conversation.
restraining order on my child's father, and I also have some legal shit going on. So I will reiterate it if I have to. I'll put a bullet in the middle of anybody's fucking head if you're fucking with me or my child. It's as simple as
Amen.
that.
Allegedly.
Amen.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah.
Amen.
So D,
I say amen.
So D, so we got
Amen.
we got to do this now because we're
Okay.
at the point where it's like, okay, we've tiptoed around the Israelite discussion.
All right.
Yes.
Now we gotta get
Yes. I remember I
That's the
post
last
something.
thing.
I remember I
Yeah,
post
listen,
something.
and let me say.
I remember I post something. Niggas was mad that I posted. Like, I love her. Fuck y'all. We not talking about.
You know what?
You said some real shit.
Time out.
I got like a lot of hate. I said, dog, I love her. She was saying some real shit.
Diddy. I'm gonna go to the bathroom
Okay.
because
That
we
was
gotta
some real
get
shit.
this the chapter we all been waiting on.
All right. This the last and final. This the boss level.
This the boss.
Listen.
So
Okay. Israelite stuff. I'm ready.
I remember
Yeah, we
the
ready.
Israelite chapter.
Boy,
So
y'all got.
I
I
will
got a
say
lot
this.
of cutting up to do.
I'm gonna let everybody ask. I'm gonna let you tell your side. I remember what struck me about it was two things.
I ain't thought it was true.
I said Didi is not easily impressionable.
That's what I was saying.
You can't just go sell a story to Didi, right? Like you just can't. Honestly, she's waiting to push back already.
Yeah.
Like the minute you start talking, she's looking to see the pushback. So it's like you can't.
She gonna give her statement.
So it's like you
I need
can't.
a get.
She gotta get her statement off.
So it's like you can't even sell that. So the fact that you bought in made me that was the first thing. I'm like, so somewhere along the line there was some good shit said.
So let me answer.
Because you could.
I'll answer it step by step. So can I answer that
Go
part?
ahead.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, please.
So I did not have to be sold anything.
Okay.
Let's just get that straight. It wasn't like a convincing of anything.
All right.
It was so the series of events happened like this. I had already been in a space, especially living in LA. I'm very I have a duality to me, right? Yin and yang. I can wild out for like a month and then be like, all right, it's time to bring it back in, get back on my spiritual shit, stuff like that. So that's how LA was for me. It was very 1 foot in the door, 1 foot out, partying. But then I have spiritual friends and I have, whatever. So, and going back to how we talk about being Cancer is how you could be doing something wrong and
you fucking up.
yeah, like I could be doing some crazy shit and be like, all right,
You know you wildin'.
yeah. So for me, it came, I was already in a space of like, if you don't kind of like buckle down and get your shit together, mentally, spiritually, all that stuff, you're going to die. Like, that's just what it was. It was like, you're going to die. And I wasn't even extreme with the shit. Right. You get what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't like cokehead. Like, it wasn't given that, but it was like, I'm not focused. And because I don't have the foundation or the boundaries or the stability to be like, okay, this is what it is and this is what it ain't. I was kind of like just going with the flow with stuff. And like, when you do stuff like that, you can,
caught up in the current.
right. And so it's like, for me, I was coming to a point where it was like, you got to figure out exactly what it is. And being a super spiritual person from Jump Street, y'all know my little brother. And my mom and my brother's father was my stepdad and all that stuff. And you know that his father, my grandfather was the pastor and his father was the bishop. So I grew up as the pastor's grandchild and so did my brother. And so like, I never believed in Jesus, ever. Like, I don't believe that there's anybody walking this earth that can do things that, like, I'm more so like, if Jesus can do it, okay, so let me die and come back in 3 days. Because if he can do it, then I can do the shit, right? So, like, it came to a point where, like, once I got to LA, I was on a spiritual journey from Jump Street. And once I met his father, it was on some, so we met on the phone. I met him through a guy who, basically, I had went to Tokyo after I was in Atlanta for like a month.
I want to go to Tokyo. That's my bucket.
Oh, Tokyo is amazing.
Yeah, I gotta go there.
But I went to Tokyo for work, and he saw that I was in Tokyo for work, and he's like, okay, well, I have a dude who used to play in the NFL. We played college football together at Syracuse. We're still cool, and he wants. Oh, Nico, that's what y'all said. It's not Nico, but
No, it's not.
But
Nico.
But yeah, but
Boy,
Nico,
y'all be saying
y'all
some
know
names.
that Nico knows my son's father. So yeah,
Yeah, that's what's so yeah.
And Nico's gonna hear this shit because Nico also listens to the whole podcast.
Listen,
So,
Nico,
shout out Nico.
ask Nico the last time I text him, I'd be like, Nico, what can I do? He be, cause he's a cop, so he be helping me with certain things, dealing with
That's
that.
dope.
But
Shout out Nico though. Good man.
yeah, I love
Good man.
Nico. He's
Good man. That's my
so
dog.
cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they went to Syracuse together, and he's like, he had been searching for an Israelite woman to make his clothes, and I was like, well, I'm not an Israelite, but I can make your clothes. And so he was like, actually, you are Israelite. And I was like, I don't know about that. So we were talking, and no, seriously, I was like, I don't know what that is, but whatever. So in my mind, like, I even saved him in my phone as NFL dude. Like, I'm always thinking about money. So I'm like,
fact.
oh, NFL,
all right.
add a
Yeah,
little
Lord,
tax,
yeah.
like, sure.
Put a little sprinkle
A
on it.
little sprinkle, like,
Tax
yeah.
on it. Yeah, you right.
So in my mind, that's what it was. But then, like, I remember we had talked. I went to Tokyo in October 2017, and then like me and him exchanged information, whatever we text, and then he had talked about what he wanted from me, and I told him what the price was, $5,000. Cool. He's like, all right, cool, I got that. Da, da, da. So November come around, Thanksgiving, and you know me, I'm like, I haven't talked to you since October. I'm just catching up, like, hey, what's up? Just checking in to see if you still want to da-da-da-da. But I texted him on Thanksgiving. I was like, happy Thanksgiving,
He wasn't.
Y'all
feeling
niggas
it.
use
We don't
that for-
celebrate
That's
the
how we
white
try to
man.
sneak back in.
We don't
To have it
celebrate
that
the white
good.
the
No,
black woman.
niggas-
He wasn't.
I mean,
We don't
also,
celebrate celebrate
Thanksgiving, like,
that.
bro, this ain't even that serious a holiday if you
We
didn't.
don't celebrate the
Even like
pagans.
nobody
Let me
died.
tell
Nobody did
you.
nothing.
What are you talking about?
Listen,
We don't
let me
celebrate
tell
the pagans.
That man sent me the longest text message. He was like,
Bars.
Thanksgiving is da-da-da. I was like, oh, I read it. I was like, yeah, this nigga's crazy. That was the first thing I said. And
Hold on to that though.
But wait.
Pin that.
I will.
Pin to the board.
I will.
All right, cool.
So,
go ahead. All right.
so this was when, and I was staying with Keisha. Me and Keisha was staying together. The one who came to when I was on y'all show the first time.
Shout out
when
to
I
her.
brought her from LA. Yeah, I was staying with her. So I was like, girl, I was like, this nigga's crazy. And like, we was reading his message. And so me and him end up on the phone and we end up talking for like 2 hours. And then when he came to LA, I finally met him in person. I met him the day, it was like maybe the 7th year anniversary of my father's death. That day I met him. And so that day he came to my studio, all that stuff, and I felt like a aura. It was weird because, like I said, I'm spiritual, so like I felt his aura, all that stuff, and then like afterwards we end up in his car and we were gonna go to like the next location, but we just started talking about the Torah, and so like I end up spending I went home at like 1 a.m.
So you was convinced.
Oh my God.
I wasn't convinced. Listen, no.
All right, go ahead.
You can't convince somebody that isn't already seeking. What you seek is what finds you.
Exactly.
What you seek
Amen.
is, I was already open. What you seek finds you. So, I come across Muslim niggas that tried to tell me some shit. I'm not listening to what the fuck you talking about. I don't resonate with this shit. But when he started talking about that shit, it was, I'm sorry.
Yeah, hit the cam on him. Hit the cam on him. Hit the cam on him.
I'm just saying.
Go ahead.
Not straight stone, but
Go ahead,
Like,
cook. Let her
it's
cook.
been plenty of people that's
cook.
come across my path. I'm not easily persuaded. I don't listen to people. This is my grandfather told him the day that we got married, he was like, good luck, because she don't listen to men. Literally. So like I don't listen to people, but if it's something that I feel like I've been searching for and I'm getting the answers to that, because like it was off the break, like, you know, just get like, well, what do you think? Do you think you're African? Do you think you're this? Do you think you're that? Da, 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 da. And so we get into the phenotypes and the nationality, but he's showing me in scripture, in Deuteronomy, he's giving me so I'm like, oh, so all this stuff just comes over me that day. I mean, this is the first day. The higher voice or the most high, whatever you guys like to refer to it,
most high?
it was like, this is your husband. You're about to stop eating pork. You're not going to drink anymore. This is what it is. Either do this or you're going to die. And so for me, it was like, well, I don't want to die. So I'm going to, take heed. And I went home, took my weave out, did like a whole prayer, all this stuff. And literally since that day, I have not eaten pork or shrimp. Since that day, I quit everything cold turkey the first day.
That's crazy.
However,
Shrimp is a bad perk.
I love
You're
shrimp.
just allergic.
but listen,
I love shrimp. I'm
however,
gonna put
though,
jerk season on shrimp right now.
it wasn't a thing where he was calling me and convincing me. I went home
Okay.
and I read the Old Testament for myself. It took me 6 months. I read it every day for 6 months straight. I'm talking about like read it. I have a notebook.
Can I jump in real quick? Because I've heard you in this whole podcast. You've referenced the Bible and referenced the Old Testament. And that's something, so it's like, you know the thing about, because I'm Christianity by birth, of course.
Of course.
But it's like, it's funny with Christianity to me how that always pops up in every religion. Like even
Because the New Testament, you go to church, they're not going to talk to you from Genesis. They're going to always talk to you from John, Peter, Paul.
Yeah, so
all the
what
New
I'm
Testament.
asking you is like, because okay, you might not believe in Jesus, right? Which is which is what separates us. You clearly believe in the Old Testament, though. So what?
Jesus is not in the Old Testament.
All right.
So explain that to me.
Hey,
Like,
I'm still in my interview. What you doing?
Okay, come back.
Okay, I'm gonna call you soon as I'm done.
so
Only the big homie do that.
explain-
Only the big
That's
homie
my
could do
cousin.
that.
Sorry, y'all.
So explain that part to me.
There's
Like,
no such thing as.
What separates like what you believe in and what we believe? I mean, Jesus clearly is.
So I don't believe in anything because to believe is to not know for sure.
yeah.
Like I can believe, just like when I came down here, Natalie's boyfriend has been driving me around, and he was like, "Oh, I know where H Street is," and da-da-da. And he's like, "I believe that it's right here," and it's like, "No, I'm telling you, This is the address. I don't care what you believe. These are the facts.
Gotcha.
For me, the facts are the Most High is who He says He is, and that we are the chosen people.
Why?
Because I can look and see the evidence in the world and how we are treated as people and everything. Okay. The proof is, if the proof is not in the pudding, I'm not fucking with it.
Oh my God.
For me, I'm not saying that Jesus is fake or. Listen, He may very well be real, but I'm gonna tell you in the Old Testament. Listen.
They believe in him.
I'm gonna tell you, not all of them though.
I mean, the Muslim. He's in the Muslim, but he's just not a prophet.
I'm gonna tell you.
All right, go ahead.
In the Old Testament, the thing that is reiterated, it is me and it is me alone that sits at this throne.
God says that, right?
Yes.
For sure.
Exodus 4.
Yeah, for sure.
Exodus 4. You want to know what He says?
Yes.
For my
That's
begotten.
the false prophet joint?
Huh?
That's the false prophet joint?
No. Exodus 4 is just talking about how He literally says, for my firstborn and my unbegotten son is the nation of Israel. He doesn't say Jesus. He doesn't say any of that. So for me, I'm going off of the facts of what I'm reading and what I see to be true of how the chosen, how it says in the old in the Torah in the Old Testament, how the chosen people will be treated eventually is exactly how Black people are treated till this day, now.
So basically, y'all think the New Testament is bullshit. That's really the.
I'm not going to say all because you do have the Israelites that be on the street outside cursing people out. They believe in the New Testament, but they believe that it's Yahweh or Yahshua, which is a Black Jesus, right?
Okay.
Still the same, still the same concept.
Proverbs is in the New Testament, correct?
No, it's in the Old Testament.
Okay, my bad.
So if you go to Ezekiel 18:20, the Most High says, I'll pull it up right now. The Most High says, there is no man that is responsible. The wicked is responsible for their own wickedness, and the good is responsible for their own good, and no man can die for the
Old Testament was cutthroat.
It was very much eye for an eye.
It was cutthroat.
I'm going to tell you why the New Testament is so prevalent. You're docile. You're slave ass, sissified ass, docile ass people. That's what it is. And it's like, if you fuck with it, that's on you. Yeah. Where I am, I no longer be like, oh, you're da-da-da-da-da. But this is what I hold true to believe, quote unquote, because again, I don't know for sure if Jesus is or isn't. Yeah, right? So I believe certain things when it comes to Jesus, whether He's here or not. Yeah. But I know for a fact what I felt since I was a child, and I've never believed in Jesus. I've always gotten in trouble. As the pastor's granddaughter, I've gotten in trouble for questioning my family.
For sure.
We're at Thanksgiving. We're having seafood Thanksgivings. Well, why does it say here that pork and all this shit is unclean? But y'all like, oh, Jesus died for da-da-da and da-da-da. Okay, well, if He died and He came back for the sins, then why the fuck are we still going through the shit that we're going through as a people?
Let's talk about, so me,
right?
Let's
see. Spirit, not a human.
Let's see if we can connect on this, right?
Okay.
Because this how I feel about this. Religion is a funny thing, right?
Old Testament is not religious.
I'm saying,
it's not a religion. It's a way of life.
No, hear me out.
You put a seed in the ground.
I got you. Hear me out.
And food comes out. That's it.
I'm gonna touch on it. Hear me out.
Okay.
Hear me out. Religion's a funny thing to me because as I'm getting more woke and shit, I can understand people like Ab is a Muslim, right? I respect, even being in Christianity, right? Muslims' devotion. They're standing on 10 toes on their religion. I always say far outweighs ours. And I always respect, like, when the men go, like, they're just a different type of men. And I respect that.
Before you go on,
go ahead.
I'm going to tell you why.
Good.
Christianity is the only religion that deals with any and every nationality.
That's fine.
Muslims, it's a nationality that comes behind it.
Yeah, that's true.
Israelites, it's a nationality that comes behind it.
That's true.
All of these gods and it's a nationality that comes behind it.
I never thought about that.
Christianity is just everybody.
Right,
you got an Asian Christian, a this Christian, a that Christian.
Nah, that's true. Fair point. Never thought about that.
Yeah.
Good point. For real. I swear
being
to God.
Israelite is not religious
I never thought about
it's
that.
It's a way of life, just like being Muslim.
To an extent, right?
To an extent.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a way of life.
But there are white Muslims, there are Asian Muslims, there are
they are Asian Muslims.
Yes, because they've adopted
Southeast
that.
Muslims.
Sure, absolutely.
They've
Southeast
adopted
Muslims.
that. But what is the foundation? It's
MLK
Ishmael.
Muslims.
For sure.
It's Abraham's son.
Muhammad, yeah, for sure.
It's Abraham's son. right? That's the foundation of it. It's a nationality.
Is your mom Muslim?
Yes.
It's
Okay,
a
cool. That's what it is.
nationality behind it.
So look.
What's the nationality of Christians?
Bet.
in
Let's
Christianity?
let me.
Okay, I want to go to the.
Connect that.
Can we go to the to Washington Mercer? We're in a whole different. We're in a whole left ball.
Yeah, this whole different
yeah,
podcast
like
right
let's keep it short, John, because I need to
You
go
can't
back.
get this from the podcast either.
Because
We gotta focus on the Israelites.
we gotta
stuff.
focus on the Israelite.
But hold on,
Like,
but we are. But
we going left.
This is where I want to connect.
I'm getting uncomfortable
Because I'm bouncing ideas off. No, because I'm bouncing ideas off of Didi because I respect her opinion.
Yeah.
So with me, it was like my mom had 4 sisters. One lives here in America, which everybody that knows me is fond of. That's my aunt, that's Angela. And then it's tatted right here. And then there's like Auntie C and Auntie Judy and my mom. So they're 4 sisters. My mom and Aunt Judy was twins. They look nothing alike.
So you got twins, okay?
Yeah, they look
Fraternal
nothing.
twins.
They look not like Auntie Judy's light skin and a whole different build. My mom's whole, but that's her twin sister. She died in like 2000.
Oh wow.
While I was in high school, she died of breast cancer.
Okay.
All right,
Wow.
but she's so religious that, but also she's why we seeing so many because she was fucking with a nigga who's a scumbag. But the nigga, Uncle Patrick. I guess shout out Uncle Patrick, but like he worked for the World Bank, so we toured, we literally toured like. So when I said I've been to like Montserrat, and you can't even go to Montserrat now because it's back here because volcanoes,
Yeah.
Grenada, all my trips was because of them movies.
Yeah.
So, but they died. But Auntie Judy was the most religious person I ever met in my life.
Okay.
So to the fact where like there was like she stayed she was in the hospital for a month because of cancer before she kicked. And she was in this hospital, and they said she was on the 4th floor. It's a 6-floor hospital.
Okay.
They said she converted the last 3 floors into Christianity.
Wow.
Okay.
That's who we dealing with here.
Okay.
That's crazy.
And I remember before she died, I remember in the hospital, and I was talking to her, and I was like, because I'm young at this time, and I'm still trying to figure out. I'm thinking like, who's right or wrong with religion, right? That's where I'm at. Like, who's right, who's wrong? Because like, I don't want to go to hell. So like, I'm talking to her. I'm like, yo. Technically, aren't the Jews the right religion because even the Bible says they're first, right? So if they're first, like, wouldn't that make them the right? Like everything after that is a carbon copy, right? So I'm talking to her about that shit, and she said, "Listen," and she's the most Christian person I know. She said, "Stop looking at it as a religion. Like, get that out your mind. Make your connection with your God."
That's it.
Like she was like,
That's
if that like just your
That's it.
And for her to tell me that. As being that's this
There's
stuff to
millions of gods walking this earth, and that's
I
one
keep
of the
saying that,
reasons that
I believe that every time.
That's one of the reasons that when I did come across the Old Testament and the Torah, it made sense because if you read the book for yourself, it's nothing but a history book. You can literally line it up with the wars, the Persian people
Everything.
coming in. You can line everything
hold on,
up
you said
with
something-
the history
You said
of
something
the
yourself.
Old Testament.
You said something yourself
What?
that I connected to immediately.
What?
When you was talking about it before, you was like, I'm not with the insufferable, like on this level.
Yeah.
But I can talk to you on this level.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I feel
Yeah.
about churches. And I because
Churches-
hold because
ahead.
my religion is what it is, I can't publicly on a platform say how I feel about churches.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to spread bad word
can't.
either,
I get what
right?
you're saying.
Because I'm going to be held accountable for
Yes,
it.
you are.
But what I will say is like, I don't subscribe to that. Just like you don't subscribe to the insufferable stuff that you
Yeah,
said you deal
yeah,
with.
yeah.
I know my God. He
Because
showed me
it's
he's real.
ego. It's
Ego.
ego
It's a lot of
based.
ego.
All of those people are is everything is
Super.
ego based when it comes to a lot of these things where for me, you have to show me who your God is through your lifestyle.
Yep.
You could say
Christians
who
are the
you-
worst at that. I'll say that
Exactly.
100%.
And that's what
I would say
I'm
that. I'll
saying.
say that 100%.
So what I'm getting at is it's not religion. Like people always be like, "Oh, Israelite religion." Da da da. It's not. Your God is supposed to be based on your nationality and the way of your lifestyle. For the Israelites, as the Most High being our God, it's literally you put a seed in the ground, you get food. You kill the animals, you can eat your food. It's all about nature. That's it.
So let's go a little
These niggas, these Israelite niggas, have taken the Torah and they have idolized that.
Boom.
And they have turned that into an idol.
Just like
They've
churches have
turned
become the big like Joel Osteen.
They want
It's
to
become a show.
cosplay. Exactly.
It's a show. It's not.
They want to cosplay
Yeah,
the
facts,
exact people
facts.
in the Bible instead of living in real time and understanding that we are not Sarah and Abraham.
Yeah, it's
I'm
a
not
moving obstinate.
Hagar.
It's a
I'm not Hagar.
Facts.
I'm not Sarah.
Facts.
I'm not none of that.
I'm not Job.
I am Deanna Raisa Smoot, and that's who I am. And I live in this time. I was born in 1988. I have nothing to do with all of that shit back then, other than the fact that we're all on one string.
Facts.
Those people back then are the reason. Back there are the reason that I'm here today,
Right.
but I'm not them. So all I can do is
Absolutely.
understand what my ancestors went through, and then understand that everything has been written. You can read in Deuteronomy about the time that we're in right now. Right now. But you have to take all of that with a grain of salt. And once you become, it's so funny because I hope that this episode goes viral, because it was a girl who, when I came into the truth and I was like super insufferable, tweeting about it all the time, all that shit, she was so fucking adamant. She was like, I don't know what it is about you, but she's like, I was Israelite as well, and you're going to see one day. You're going to excel past all of this stuff. And da-da-da-da. So I blocked her on Twitter.
You know, people used
Listen.
People used to call me
I
about
blocked her
you.
on Twitter.
No, I'm dead ass. Like people,
Everybody. People used to call her
people used to
about
be
me.
like, people used to like, and you know what I used to say?
I don't
Maybe it's the cancer
care.
thing. I used to say, Deanna is too aware, not to
Exactly.
figure it out. Eventually,
All
she'll
of my
make her way.
friends,
She'll make her way
even
through all this at
Natalie,
some point.
all the shit that I went through in Atlanta, even Natalie was like, bitch, you was going through shit, but I never really.
Yeah, I never cared. Like, yeah, I never worried about you. I
Let
knew
me
you
tell
come back.
something.
I'll be like,
She's in a different
I made
space.
the decision. No, that's the thing. I need people to know. My ex-husband did not like hold me hostage. Like I
thought that.
said.
We thought that.
No,
We thought that for sure.
I thought that.
No,
I thought that.
No,
Thought that-
no.
Y'all was on live
We
one day.
thought-
I was like,
yeah, we thought that for sure.
yo, what is he doing to her? She was on live.
Niggas hit
I
my
said-
phone like,
I
you gotta
said,
say
why she
Deanna.
look
I'm like,
like
what the
that?
fuck are you talking about?
Why she look like that? This
you
my
like-
dog. Why she look like
supposed to
that?
go on the sting operation. They
He's
gonna rescue
talking.
Deanna from
She's
the farm.
quiet.
I think it's
I
to
said,
go.
no,
Like,
that's not Deanna. That is a different person.
No, because like, listen.
niggas just tell me we gotta rescue Deanna.
I was like, God,
how that's supposed to happen?
I was
We
in
supposed
the
to
live. I was
dropping
like,
helicopter
what the
lines.
fuck is going on?
Like, what is that? I said, yo, Deanna.
And she was talking another language. I said, no. Why he got her doing
I used
this?
to tell everybody Deanna will be fine. She's
you
going
know,
to come
you're
back.
crazy.
She'll be.
You already know
I
where
used
we
to
at.
say Deanna be fine, bro. She'll
Yeah.
come back.
Oh,
She's
God.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you, all my friends, from Dewana to my best friend, everybody knows that, like, this is just, for me, life is a journey, right? And this goes into the girl who was tweeting me. I blocked her on Twitter. She found my Facebook. Blocked her on Facebook. She found my Instagram.
God.
She kept writing me. She was like, I don't care that you keep blocking me. You're da-da-da-da.
She
I'm
was
telling you,
stalking.
like, she
Nah,
was
God-
really
God-
stalking.
God- She was a stalker.
God speaks
She
through
was really
people, though.
trying to
God
tell
speaks through
me.
people.
Tell you
She
some
was
shit.
like, you're going to surpass this. She's
Yeah.
like, because I can just tell the type of woman that you are.
Because she was in that spot.
She
was
was
in
in
that-
it.
She was in that
She was
spot.
giving you the
She
experience.
was like, I was once in the Israelite shit,
yeah.
and she was like, I surpassed it. And so now that I'm at the place where I surpassed it, it's like, it's funny because it's like, it's a whole, like, so here's the catch-22. Going back to how, like, they idolize the Torah.
Yeah.
What they don't understand is when you read the Torah, if you read about, so the three forefathers that make up the Israelite community is Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Jacob ended up his name turned into Israel because he fought with an angel and he prevailed. So literally the name Israel means to be a person of who we are and to battle all the time, battle life shit and everything, and always prevail.
Yeah,
That is
superb.
what the name Israel means, to battle with life and death and angels and all that shit and to prevail. That is what our people do to a T. It's what we specialize in, right? So his name changed from Jacob to Israel. So the three forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, even the sons, the 12 tribes of Israel, none of them had books. There was no book to follow. You know where they felt it? In here. So at the end of the day, a lot of these people read this shit. And I love the Torah so much because it contradicts the very shit that these people do. The people that read the book, they don't even understand what they're reading. Because if you go to Ecclesiastes 12:12, it says, for the making of books will be many, and too much reading leaves weariness of the flesh. You continue to read this shit all the time and you don't exercise it, you're going to be nutty.
Yeah.
You're going to fucking be so fucking immersed in this book and
But you said
idolizing
two
it.
different religions and you still quote the Old Testament like that. That's wild to me. Like
And
let's just
that's
say, like,
why
you know what I'm
I do
saying?
not fuck with the Christian. Listen, I'm gonna say it.
Nah,
Say
go
it.
ahead.
For me,
Say it,
I don't
goddammit.
fuck with it.
Say it.
That's me.
Go ahead.
I don't knock people that do fuck with it,
For sure.
but I don't fuck with it because the very people who follow that religion has never taken the time themselves to read that very book that they read
Nah, that's
from
right.
start to finish. If you read it from start to finish, I guarantee you would not be fucking with that shit.
And listen.
And so at the end of the day,
Okay.
when you understand what this shit is about, you don't really need the book.
Oh, so let me rebuttal. So this is my rebuttal.
Everything
to
is
that.
in
All
here.
right, so this is my rebuttal. To
Okay.
that. My rebuttal to that. Again, I can't even say because there's even in the Old Testament, there's a Bible verse like you got to be real careful because like it projecting the shit you got to because I know that's gonna be held against me because this is a public setting, so I got to watch what I say. With that, I don't even think it's a right. I don't even think it's a right and wrong thing. Like even like this.
There
how,
is no right and
I have
wrong.
evolved past
It's
like
just your decisions
I know
and
saying
your
evolved.
consequences.
Yeah, it's.
Choices.
I know through prayer.
We have
I
free
know what my
will.
God has done to me. I know what He's done for me, so I know He's real.
I'm going to
And
tell
that's
you
why-
this, John. Hold on, wait.
Go,
Before you
go.
even go on, I'm going
go.
to tell you, the Most High created all of us so powerful that if
telling
you
you
were
niggas,
to
bro.
go and worship this microphone will give you power if you believe that shit.
Nah, that's fact.
how
That's anything.
powerful we are.
Nah, that's anything.
So if you go into a religion and you're like, this is my God and this is what it is, you're going to manifest that. That's just what it is. That's how powerful. That's why we have free will.
Yes.
Free will allows you to I can worship my phone. I can worship clothes. I can worship the fashion industry. And guess what? That shit is going to fulfill me and give me all types of magical
because
shit.
every come up you're going to think is based on that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's all about your mental.
100%.
So again, there's plenty of different gods. The Muslim gods, the Christian gods, this god, that, the Persian gods. You got the people in. Look at how they are in India.
India.
Their god,
The whole-
their
the whole-
god
hold
got
on,
millions
yeah.
of arms. And how do their children be born?
Yeah, facts.
How do their
Facts.
children be
Nah,
born?
facts.
With
So-
multiple arms,
yeah, so-
multiple legs. It's all about, we're so powerful as beings that the Old Testament is not a religion. If you read it from start to finish, it's all about manifesting your higher power.
Okay,
And
so
that's
boom. I've never told this on camera.
Okay.
It's a real story how I believed in how when I made my lock seal good with God.
Okay.
And it's gonna be short as shit. One day we always had this. So Sundays my mom would make me go to this. On Saturdays she would make me go to the church group, and I had to go to like. They would go to the older folks' home and just help out on the church group. My man was going to Virginia Beach on a Saturday. He was like, "Yo, we're going this Saturday." I'm like, "I want to go." His mom called my mom. My mom was like, John got to check. Because my mom was that type of parent. Like, she wasn't about this. She was like, nah, John got to go to this church thing, right? And I remember I was like, Mom, I got to go. And she told me, feminine divine energy right there. But my mom told me that. And I never forget. I was like, so I can't go to this one time to Virginia Beach? She was
No.
like, the church you going, you
No
got to go.
clips.
And I remember Willie sitting in
No
my room.
grinding.
I literally left and I sat in my room. I said, hey, God, listen. You know I'm at this area, come on, like I can't go to Virginia Beach, like literally, like just I'm a kid. I'm asking him. I said I can't go to Virginia Beach, like I just want to go to Virginia Beach. I'm at this joint all day. I swear to you, I'm not lying. This is this is Saturday morning. Mr. Leo, who's directed the group, I remember his name. He's from Philippines. Shout out Mr. Leo. He called. Phone rang. My mom answered. She got it on speaker because she like, you know, when you had the phone, you could take off, but
Yeah,
so she put it on speaker. And she said, hey, Janice, tell John, like, we're not going to be able to do it today. A couple people are under the weather. People called out sick. Like, we got to cancel today. So we could, like, what? She was like, oh, I guess you can go to Virginia Beach. That happened within 20 seconds of me praying. So maybe that was a fluke, bro. That might have been a fluke.
me tell you something.
But then, hold on.
Here.
I'm telling you, that's when seriously, I'm not
Virginia
joking.
Beach.
I've never told this on camera. I've never. No. Hold on. Right. Look, Deanna, hold on.
get you,
Hold
though.
on.
I understand.
There was other things, of course, deeper than that came on. I'm like, all right, God is real. But my first entrance into like, all right, this my man a real deal. Was that?
Yeah.
And you could call you as a kid, you couldn't take that away from me.
So let me tell you this.
Go ahead.
So
Oh shit.
just tap into demonic people
Yes.
and satanic people.
They get the same because I know they're real.
You have to.
Nah, I
got
know
to,
they're real.
man.
I
You got
hate
to.
you. I hate even talking
If
about
you
this.
understand this, then you got to understand.
Yeah, there's a
this.
heaven, there's a hell, there's a good, there's a bad.
and
It's
evil.
not even.
For sure.
It's literally we all have it in us.
In us.
Whatever
We
you
all dark.
feed, whatever you feed is what is going to manifest.
Exactly.
So you got people who are satanic who can say the same shit. They in court, they done fucking kill somebody and chop them up 17 times, and they on trial telling them, I don't care what you say, but Virginia Beach. You get what I'm saying? It's the same concept.
You believe in heaven and hell?
You are so powerful. Do I believe in heaven and hell?
Yeah, that's what we
I believe that everything exists as it is in real time,
Yep.
right? I do believe in afterlives, and I believe in spirits still existing after the physical form is gone, whether it's the heaven or hell and stuff like that. It's why I stick to the basics. And the basics is in the Torah. And the Most High said he is who he is. And you can put a seed in the ground, you can grow food.
So put a pig in it.
You get what I'm saying? There's so many different
watch
things.
this. Abby's different religion, right? Than that. And he's a different religion from me.
Get me out of this group chat.
But his is still similar to Israelite.
Watch this though.
Because even in the Quran, it says that the Israelites
facts.
are the...
But watch this.
I've read the Quran
evolved
as well.
and I could be dead wrong. The state of belief I'm in now, and just talking to my God, and it's crazy because like if anybody's really in tune, I definitely feel like the spirit in here kind of shifted a little. Like it's kind of spiritually tense. Like you know what I'm saying? I feel it at least. Yeah, for sure.
It's normal.
For sure. But what I'm saying with Judah is like I don't believe like even he's a whole different religion from me.
Yeah.
I don't believe my God is going to let him go to hell.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Because like I know my God, and He's a forgiving, and I know.
But your religion teaches people that
Yeah, it says the road to heaven isn't paved with good deeds. They always say that.
Well,
you can't get to heaven with good deeds. But I believe
what
like
that is. That's the road. That is the. What that says is.
Or the road to hell is paved with good intentions.
The road to hell is paved with good intentions, meaning that whatever you intend to do, it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
What is your actual... This is what I used to tell my ex all the time. It's funny that you say that. That was my favorite saying to him. I used to be like, the road paved to hell is paved with good intentions. I don't give a fuck what you intended to do. What the fuck are you doing for real? You get what I'm saying?
He's doing, and I can't. My God won't let him go there. I don't believe my God. And Christians will push back. They'll be like, "He's
Look at the hands. Look at the hands.
Because
I don't
at the
Look
end
at the
of the
hands.
day,
These are power hands.
You don't believe
Listen.
that, but overall, your
Listen.
religion teaches that if you don't believe in Jesus or what you believe in, you're going to hell.
Yep.
Whereas in the Israelite community, there is no religion. It is just a book about here's this God, it's that God, it's that. That book talks about all the gods. Your God, all of them. It just shows you this is the reality of the situation. There's a million gods. If you believe that there's only one God, then that already you're fucked. You're fucked. There's a million gods. I can make this phone my God.
Social media is
That
a
is
god.
how powerful we are as people. You get what I'm saying? So like at the end of the day with Ishmael, right? The Muslims, Abraham, the way that they even came about, Abraham had Sarah. Sarah could not have children. When they went to I think they were in Africa somewhere, going around, whatever, Abraham had to lie and say that Sarah was his sister so that they wouldn't get killed and all that shit. Once it came out that that was really his wife, the king was like, why would you lie about this? You're severely blessed. You're so blessed that I'm going to send you my daughter, who's a princess, who runs this whole kingdom, and I'm going to make her your servant and a handmaiden to Sarah. Her name was Hagar. Hagar had Ishmael.
That's the
Hagar.
Virgin Mary though. kind of twisted though. A little bit.
I don't know.
Mary never had sex. Apparently, she was given.
Hagar had sex though.
Yeah.
But
She fucked
She was
Abraham.
fucking.
Yeah,
She was
fact.
fucking.
Okay,
She was fucking.
She was fucking bro.
She was fucking real bad.
But yeah, Hagar ended up having Ishmael. And then because of Hagar's arrogance, she came back to Sarah like, you can't have kids. I gave him a baby, blah, blah, blah. They were banished. Ishmael and Hagar sent outward, right? Ishmael, they also have the 12 tribes and all that. That's how the Muslim religion was created. You read the Quran, they talk about the Israelites being the chosen people. In the Quran.
Yes.
It says the Israelites are the chosen people.
Yes.
In the Quran, right? So when you understand how intertwined those are, the Hebrew and the Arabic and all that stuff, it's basically the same shit. They're just cousins, brothers.
Constantly quote the Old Testament, so it's like,
All the time, right?
Yeah.
So when you understand like the Muslims, it's not really a religion, it's a way of life. It's not really like I'm gonna preach this, but I'm not gonna live it. Well, the ones that are like heavily in it, you know what I mean? It's the same with the Israelites. It's a way of life, and it's dictated on your nationality. It's not dictated on something that you believe in. Yeah, you have Asian Muslims and different and white Muslims, but that's because they've adopted that.
PG Muslims.
It's all about your nationality. I have no problem with listen, everybody has their God based on who they are.
Yes, huh?
The Muslims, I absolutely, everything that they follow and practice, I absolutely understand it. And it is what it is. I don't knock it.
I don't knock it at all.
However, if your religion is based on docile stuff, slavery, turning the other cheek, just look at this. Game of Thrones, right?
Yeah.
Let's look at that. Game of Thrones. You think that if you think that life is not about conquering shit,
yes,
and who your nationality is, why you think we at war? You got the Asians, you got all these other countries. These people are united. We're the only people who are mixed up, and it does not make sense here in America. This shit is fake, right? This place is only 245 years old at the most. Whereas people from Japan are Japanese, people from China are Chinese, people from Russia are Russian.
You say that all the time about the
nationality is based on your God. Your God is based on your nationality. So when I say Christianity and all that shit, it's for me, right? It's very real if you give it the power to be real.
Yes.
But when you think about it, when it comes down to the nationality behind it, there is no nationality. You research Christianity, it's based on Caesar. You research it all, it's based on a lot of different stories and myths of a lot of different shit that was already here, and they just took it, just like the English language. It's fake. They take Latin and all this other shit and they put it together. Like, you really have to just do your research, and a lot of people are Christians by default because our parents were Christian, our parents' parents were Christian, our parents' parents' parents were Christian. Like, that's just how it is, but we were very spiritual. If you go back into when we were in slavery, there's Hebrew writings on the wall in old pictures.
Yes.
I speak Hebrew to a certain extent. I know the Aleph Bet and all of that shit. Like, it's a different vibration when you speak. Abracadabra is Hebrew.
Yep.
It means what I say is what comes into fruition, right? So, like, you got to understand the sorcery behind this shit. Even when we speak different things, like we could say read. I read something, but red is spelled the same way as read. And like all this shit is just not really in Hebrew language. What you say is what you're speaking is what it is, right? So like in Hebrew, if you go to Paleo Hebrew, like the symbol for a man, right? It's an ox head inside of a house, which means the head of the house, right? If you're saying that Alpha, Aleph, right? That means head of household. Everything you speak, abracadabra, it becomes. Whereas here, we just be speaking shit like when we say good morning. Morning means, it can mean different things, right? And although I don't subscribe to that now because it's so...
taboo.
It's a lot that goes into it.
It's a taboo.
And it goes back into whatever you believe comes into fruition. You know what I mean? But like, it's it's a catch-22 with it for real. And like Christianity is just, it's something I can't get behind because I've done the research behind it. Yes. I don't just go to church and read from the scripture that the pastor tells me to. I've done the research and I've read from beginning to end. Mm-hmm. And I see in the Old Testament that the Old Testament hasn't been fulfilled yet.
Yeah, sure.
There's no need for a New Testament if the Old Testament hasn't been fulfilled. It has not been fulfilled. All of the story, go to Jeremiah. All the shit that Jeremiah talking about, it hasn't been fulfilled yet. In the book of Malachi, hasn't been fulfilled yet. So it's like, why do we have a New Testament when the Old Testament hasn't been fulfilled? However, I'm not so much in a space of cursing people out about it. You get what I'm saying?
I know,
because it comes back into me, and I've just been so humbled by life, right? And so when you're humbled by life, you understand that it's not for everybody. If everybody was on this wave, we wouldn't even be able to understand what the wave is. The yin and the yang, you have to have the good with the bad. Right. I wouldn't know what light is if we were never in the dark. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, you just got to take it with a grain of salt and really just do your research. That's how I feel about it. I don't knock anybody's religion, how you feel. I will say how I feel about it. But after this, I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm not about to, John is a Christian and I'm not about to, da-da-da. It is what it is. Exactly. And neither am I anymore. Because I used to be insufferable.
When I went to church, I was suffering.
But yeah.
It was suffering.
Yeah.
Because I just ain't want to go. It was suffering though. It was suffering real. Like it was like real. It was traumatized. Yeah. Like why I gotta go?
But that's why I hate the Israelite community, because it is no, seriously.
No, I have a thing with Christians too, because they try to like
it's a cult.
The church is so judgmental. That's why I don't go to church.
The church is
the most judgmental place in
I will
the
say
world,
this
bro.
though.
Like,
in the Old Testament, there's a whole book of Judges. There's a chapter. Yeah. The book of Judges. You do need to
get your burger. Yeah, too much wine.
But you do need to hold your brethren accountable for things, right? That's you have to. But passing judgment is different. Yeah. And especially when it's coming from a place of holier than thou. Yeah. Like I have the knowledge and I have. That's where the Israelites are.
That's what I.
Like the nine.
That's
like,
why they be on the street cursing you out, because they think they have all the knowledge and they're shaming you and judging you.
We in the same boat. Mm-hmm. We all in the same.
Yeah.
Brother, you ain't black.
We at the end of the day, we
be like, kiss my shoe.
Kiss my shoe. Goddamn it. White people, you was the devil. Like
I want them to find the video. I went to Chicago 2 summers ago with another Israelite guy who we were like talking or whatever, and he's not really fully immersed in the Israelites on the street, but we ran into them. When I tell you we were out there, I was battling. Like if I could find that clip, because they were like, oh, you da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, y'all niggas is out here on the street in Chicago cursing people out, and you got on fat Balenciaga sneakers and tight jeans and a fucking Balenciaga t-shirt. What are we talking about here? What are you talking about? Y'all sitting out here with y'all ain't even got the garbs on. Y'all niggas is sitting out here. I bet you gotta go clock into work, don't you? Y'all niggas, it's fake. You sitting out here preaching this shit. When you leave here, you're gonna go and clock into work for the white man. You sitting out here getting the white man to kiss your feet, but you're sitting here wearing all they fucking shit. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like them niggas that be on the street, I don't fuck with them Israelites that be cursing people. I've never been a part of that. They are New Testament Israelites. They still believe in Black Jesus. They still believe in a lot of different shit. That's why they're docile. That's why they're in the position that they're in. But yeah, it's two totally different things. Old Testament Israelites. It's a whole, just like how we talked about the 40 and 60 Crips earlier, it's the same thing in the Israelite community. The New Testament versus the Old Testament Israelites. It's very ridiculous. And that's why I don't fuck with any of it.
And shout out to the pimp.
So yeah.
Bitch, bow your head down when I talk to you. So, don't look at me.
I do want to have a disclaimer that I respect all religions and I respect all people. I respect the Muslims, the Christians, all that shit. So, yeah.
Deanna, thank you.
Well,
Thank you,
Deepest the
Dion.
podcast ever got.
This is a 4 hours.
For episode 1, bro.
Deepest has ever
This
got.
might need to be a what you call it, a 2-man.
a 2-man.
It's a 2-man. A 2-man.
This might need to be a 2-man episode.
We gotta break this up.
Deanna, oh my God, thank you.
Yeah, no, that was definitely.
Deanna, thank you. You just
We
took
ain't had
niggas
a
to
guest in a
church.
minute either, actually.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a while since we had
We don't
one.
be
It's-
fucking. I don't fuck.
it's
We don't fuck with
Raisa.
people. Yeah, it's Raisa.
For the
Raisa.
public.
That's why I never say
I'm
it.
sorry,
You guys
Raisa.
call
I never say it because I can't pronounce
Bro,
it.
you
right.
from the way, bro.
I never could pronounce it.
Bro,
right, so I
right?
never
Bro,
say it.
you from the way. You know niggas can't spell it.
Because I was gonna say racist.
We from
That
the
was,
way. We from the way. We cannot spell it or pronounce it.
Raisa.
Raisa, thank you.
Raisa. I was
Raisa
named
Studio.
after Raisa Gorbachev, the Russian president's wife in the 80s.
I don't. I
Right,
really
it's
And it
just-
happens to be an Israelite, a Hebrew name. It means Eway, leader of the pack.
Look at that.
We gonna call you E-Way, leader of the pack.
Look at that.
Leader of the
If
pack.
you so,
How, hey, shout out my girl R, man. She like shout out
R.
R.
I think it's R.
Yeah,
like,
So
can't
if
pronounce it.
is moving back home realistic to you?
Yeah.
Where you gonna move at?
What's your
Listen,
window? What's your window?
Where you at?
I would be home right now if I wasn't in a custody case. I can break my lease. I have a temporary restraining order. My leasing office, they know everything. I can literally break my lease today. But the Most High, you know, he works everything out because had I moved, I was supposed to move back home September 1st. Had I come back up here, my son's little sister and her mom wouldn't be able to come up here with me. They're currently living with me right now.
Oh, that's dope.
So
Wow, that's dope.
to be able to, you know, everything happens. They done it. Everything happens. They've been there since Saturday. Yeah. Everything happens for a reason. Yeah. She's in school and everything. They go to school together.
That's what's up.
That's what's up, dog.
That's
Like it
what's
was
up.
when I tell you my son loves, let me tell you something. He is an amazing big brother. He was like, this is my sister, and if anybody touches her, I'm gonna kick them in their face.
That's right. That's
Like,
how you
he's
do. That's
very
right.
much-
Exactly.
Yeah.
Shout out to kicking niggas in the face.
Yeah,
Kicking niggas in the
exactly.
face.
A roundhouse kick too, because he's like a ninja. So
We was all ninjas. Shout out to him. Shout out to you for pulling on to the ninjas.
he'll jump off the bed with like the side kick with his feet like this.
Yup.
Yeah.
They did it plenty of times.
That's-
I actually hit somebody with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to plug? Well, you good.
Just come back. Can you come back?
She Sewed Vintage is my brand that's coming out.
That's the brand that
currently-
somebody stole the design from you. That's the brand, like.
No.
Oh, that.
I didn't want to talk
That was
about
something
that.
else. Yeah,
That
that
was
was-
PMO.
Yeah,
That's
like-
PMO.
Yeah,
Let's
I-
blurt that out. We're
Okay.
not
All
giving,
right.
we're not giving those people
All
any
right.
type
I'm sorry.
of. Yeah.
My fault.
But yeah, She Sewed Vintage is so Raisa's studio. Think of it as a conglomeration, like LVMH, Louis
Yeah.
Vuitton, Moet Hennessy.
Okay.
Got you.
Under Louis Vuitton, Moet Hennessy, you know, Fendi's under.
They're all
this.
together.
All together.
Absolutely.
So LVMH.
But what in Hennessy's with Louis Vuitton?
It's called LVMH.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
It's a conglomeration.
I used to put me on some shit. But I
Yeah.
ain't know. All right,
So
cool.
they own like when Rihanna came out with her clothing line,
Yeah.
Fenty, they own like Marc Jacobs, Stella McCartney, Fendi, all these brands
Gotcha.
are under LVMH. It's
Okay.
a conglomeration.
Gotcha.
So for me, Raisa's studio is essentially the same thing. Underneath of Raisa's studio is the Fashion Institute that I told you I want to start, and She Sewed Vintage, ready to wear. So like basically, I'm setting up my studio in Houston right now, and when I move it up here, it's going to be a place where you guys can come and shop, right? By appointment only, but it's going to be designer vintage clothing, brands from London. That's why I'm going over there. Like a little storefront in the front part. But then I'm going to have a classroom setting as well. So you'll be able to take classes, alterations 101, sewing 101, collection development, shit like that. And yeah, you'll just be able to learn and shop and all that shit. So that's what I'm essentially bringing back to the DMV. I want to connect all the creatives. I've already been talking to them, and a lot of us have gone outside of DC. Like one that I'm talking to now, she went to SCAD, which is like a really good school. Christopher John Rogers went there. Like he's a really good designer in New York right now, but it's Savannah College of Art and Design. It's in Georgia. But she went there. She left at 18. Now she's back and she teaches. It's called I forget, Stitch with Style. But she teaches like sewing classes and all types of shit. So it's a lot of things that I want to bring back here. So I will be coming back to the DMV, but my lawyer said that I have to wait until the custody thing is over, just because, you know, stability and all that
Listen
shit.
to him.
So yeah,
Listen.
her.
We can't wait to see this come to
We can't.
fruition.
Yes, and it will, because I said it.
Absolutely, it
So.
will.
It will.
Just like I said on New Year's that I was clearing 6 figures by the third quarter, and I did. So
Boom.
everything that you manifest
Boom.
Boom.
that you
Bingo.
say and then you do, you know, you can manifest through your actions.
Actually got to come with it, right?
Hey, Didi,
Exactly. So that's it.
Appreciate you.
I can speak for everybody when I say like this has been a pleasure.
Absolutely.
This is the best episode y'all ever done had, ain't it?
Yeah, when they gotta chop it up.
You
and
want
everybody
them?
listen to
You
it.
want them?
Hey, Royce.
Yeah, right.
Hey, what up? What's up?
We back. So
Oh,
you like 9 years in. You're one of them.
Hey, but
You got
y'all do be having
2000.
episodes.
If you come back in 2025, you might get that.
listen,
You might get that.
I think we on the green square. Said like we appreciate your growth.
For sure.
We
Power.
see
Fuck
we see
growth.
the
It's power
milestone-
of
You
her.
see the milestones you kept, even when you was on your shit.
My
We
shit.
never wavered.
Insufferable.
We
I
were
just
still
wanna say
around.
thank
We
you
were
to
still
all of
around.
my
We never-
friends.
We love you. We was always there.
Anybody I could test
All
me.
of-
It was
all
like
of my
I was in the
friends.
lab.
Didi lost her shit. I'm like,
Who was
she'll
there?
be fine.
I seen this Martin episode. We was still there. We was still there.
Not the Martin episode. At the cult thing. Listen,
look,
shout out
look,
to
hey,
my
Didi,
friends
look,
who
cancer-
stayed down.
We was down.
Because I
Hey.
lost a couple people. But it is what it is.
Cancer power.
Exactly.
I knew she would. I
know.
always say, you don't know until you know. But I always say Didi's too aware to not be, because I know.
Yeah.
Like she came back. So
Yeah, nobody forced me into anything. I made a decision. I willingly, like, it wasn't a trick. It
cool.
was.
I'm just glad
off
you
the,
back, though.
It was off the break. Like, I'm a polygamous man. I want multiple wives. It's for nation building. This is what it is. I agreed to that because he had the funds to do that.
welcome back though.
If he did not have the funds, I would have never been there.
Look, that's still the nigga.
So,
in there. That's still the
I was
nigga. in there.
I was going to say, so at the end of the day,
At the bottom line,
it's still at the bottom line.
Still a nigga. Still nigga.
Still nigga.
Still
and
nigga.
then when that started to fizzle and fade and shit started going left, that's why
I'm outta here.
where I am right now.
Hey, what Jay said?
Texas.
Still a nigga.
Still nigga.
Exactly.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you so much.
Guys, we appreciate y'all listening. It's the most unknown podcast.
We out.
We out of here, bro.